Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to this wonderful match that we have between Anish Giri playing with Vladislav Artemiev, and I have with me the one and only Amruta Mokal. Hi, Amruta.
Hi, Sagar.
This is going to be a very, very interesting match. Anish Giri playing against Artemiev. It's the Speed Chess Challenge, a tournament organized by chess.com. And Anish is playing here with the black pieces. The first game has just begun. We have some sort of a Slav, Grunfeld, all mixed up. Amruta, tell us your thoughts. Who do you think is the favorite?
Of course, Anish is the favorite, but that is what I want to ask you something about Artemiev. We have been traveling and we have been seeing him quite a lot. Can you tell something about him which will help us understand?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say, with my understanding of this match and whatever analysis I have done of the previous encounters between the two, it's actually Artemiev who is the favorite
Oh,
because when it comes to rapid and blitz, he is extremely strong. He is from Russia,
mhm.
and Anish, of course, is pretty good,
Yeah.
but somehow Artemiev has beaten him on a lot of occasions in the past when they both have played with each other.
Even in classical games, are you saying
Not
that?
classical. They haven't played too many classicals, but whenever they have played Rapid and Blitz, it's been amazing.
Yeah. So we can say our favorite is Anish, but rating wise, it could be Artemiev.
Yeah,
Something.
yeah. Of course, Anish is what a lot of people in the chat would also be aiming for. People are saying echo. Is it true? Is there an echo? Please let us know. By the way, in the first game, Anish is playing with the black pieces. I don't know why I'm using this. And B5 has been played here.
Will white play a4? Knight e5.
Yeah, there's no echo. There's no echo. So everything is good. Everything is good. This is going to be a long match, guys. You can see that there is a timer on our right hand bottom. There's also a scorecard on the top. So basically, on the right hand bottom, the 1 hour 27 minutes, Amruta, is for the 5+1 section.
Wow. And how
And
many games?
so it'll be how many games they can play in this time.
Okay, it's the
And
time limit.
yes, it's the time limit. And then in 1 hour, they have to play 3+1 and 30 minutes of 1+1. So it's actually going to last around 3 hours. With the breaks in between, could go on for 3.5 hours. So it'll be a very intense match.
Yeah, and Anish is playing a lot online. He's doing a lot of streaming, so he's very well prepared.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's say
absolutely.
that.
He is definitely done his homework. He's practiced well. But Artemiev, when two top players are fully focused, are playing against each other, it's a completely different ball game. Here, you can see that the center is kind of solid. You can
Yeah.
see here that there are no real pawn breaks in the center, and therefore, White's queenside activity is actually close to decisive.
Yes.
This pawn weakness here, now Anish has pushed his pawn, but this is so much more weak than the b2 pawn, and that is the reason why it seems to me that Anish is in big trouble in game one already.
Yeah, I agree. The pieces, White's pieces are very active, and I rook on f8 and knight on f6. I mean, Black has to find a way to get the coordination. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Knight to e4 has been played.
Also, look at the time difference. Artemiev is almost 2 minutes up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think in game number one, Anish is already under pressure. Uh, but it's a long and drawn out event. So we will wait and watch. Queen to a8 has been played. I'm thinking if you exchange the queens, knight b6, yeah, this, technically these Russian players are so good. And here he's already a pawn up.
He's not even thinking.
He's not even thinking.
Like, I'm just trying to understand one move and he's played the other move already.
Yeah, yeah. Warm welcome to everyone who's in the chat, guys. I know that there was no notification that came. Maybe there are days when we stream a lot and then I think there's a limit of what, 3 notifications per stream?
Yeah, I think per day
Per
or
day.
something, but yeah.
And already we've done 3 streams, so maybe that's the reason why the notification did not come. But I'm sure that as the day goes by, a lot more people will join in.
Yeah, yeah. Is there any chance to create any counterplay, Sagar, here? Let's say the A pawn is exchanged with the B pawn. Then with this 5 versus 4, are there any chances for Anish to get hold of
Well,
the position?
right now, if you see, all the white pieces are in dominating position. So it seems like it's very difficult to create play. But Anish is tricky, he's looking at some knight jumps, he's looking at bringing his knight here, then the bishop jumps, perhaps puts pressure here. He will be looking to play e6 at the right moment. So there's definitely some play, and Artemiev is thinking now. He's down to 2 minutes 30 seconds. Yeah, and as you can see, guys, on the screen, you can see Artemiev is on the left. He's in his home in Russia. Anish in his home in Netherlands, and we have the live footage from there. Makes it all the more interesting to watch. How do you like, Amruta?
Very much, very much. I mean, looking at the expressions, it's very interesting, very focused.
Yeah, yeah.
Is Anish so red right now, or is it the filter or something?
I think Anish is very focused. Anish is very focused, and I think guys in the chat would be better knowing this. But I think Anish, whenever he was streaming, he had said that he is not a favorite for this match. It's Artemiev who's the stronger player. That's what Anish had said. Uh, but that's how Anish is. Yeah, he likes to downplay himself.
But even the ratings, if you look at it, Artemiev has better rating.
Yeah, that's the chess.com rating. He has a rating of 3075.
How old is Artemiev?
He's just 21. I think he's 98 born, so he's 22 years old. And many people say he's the next big thing from Russia. Russian chess. Virat Bose says, Smart Chess Predictors prediction AG wins 5 plus 1, 5, 4, 3 plus 1, 3, 3, 1 plus 1, Artemiev wins 6.5, 3.5. Okay, very interesting.
Yeah, that's a lot of prediction. Very well thought, deep thought, I would say. Rooting for Anish. I think everybody who is here right now.
Not everybody, but I would say majority are rooting for Anish.
Yeah.
And you can listen to all the crackers in the background. It's
I am ready for the good move.
Diwali time here, so please excuse us for the same. Rook moves to c6 now. Look at Anish's pieces. Look, the bishop on f8 doesn't know what it's doing here. Yeah, it's passive. The bishop on b1 is right there on the other corner of the board. And the knight on d2 is also misplaced. So all the pieces are just completely misplaced. At the same time, you're a pawn down. So game number 1 definitely going in Artemiev's favor unless he makes a huge blunder. I don't see that coming. Anish is also down to his last 30 seconds.
Yeah, and do you see, Sagar, that playing e6 looks a little risky because at any point of time, if this knight reaches here, yeah, that's what I thought so.
That's why he played f6. And I think Anish is hoping at some point he can break with at least e5 or get g5 in. But now the knight is hanging on d2 and he sacrificed
he had
it.
to give up a piece. There was no other option.
It gets bad. It gets worse from bad, and now I don't see. It's losses like these where you get no counterplay at all, which hurt the most. So that is 1-0, guys. 1-0 for Artemiev here. Let me just fix the board.
Wow, it's e4, c5, knight f3, a6, and c3, yeah?
Oh, wow. This a6 line.
a6 has been played on top level also, Sagar?
Yeah,
or is it a blitz opening?
No, it is played. I think a6 is a very healthy move to make. But Anish says, let's go into Sicilian Alpine territory. As I think Amruta is well aware of it. If you play in such a position, d4, then that would already be a small mistake, right? Because knight f6, knight c3, and e5.
You cannot go knight f5 because of d5.
Yeah, and knight f5 is met with d5, and the idea of a6 is to prevent that. So that's the reason why a6 is never met with d4, guys, at the top level. It's always met with moves like c3 or c4, and now d4. And actually,
it's converted into French.
we're going into French
Yes.
with this move a6,
Yes.
which doesn't look like the best move.
Absolutely. But of course, he's prepared. Yeah, Artemiev is prepared. He knows he's going into the French with the a6 move. And this is the advanced variation.
Yeah, yeah.
I think here what black tries to get is b5, b4. Yeah, black will try to get b5 and will try to advance pawn storm on queen side. No, but he's played queen b6. Then a6, I don't like. Yeah, this is
Amruta
perfect.
is
What
one
Anish
of
is
one
playing.
of the biggest followers of the advanced French. She loves it. She loves to gain space.
No, I love that my pawn is on e5. I love that diagonal on and pressure on h7 point. But
Anish is 1-0 down in the match, guys, and this is his chance now.
yes,
He has a nice position, Amruta, and you think he should go for a c4 break now very soon?
no, not now. I don't think he'll have to play
I like it
knight.
actually. Why not c4?
Here right now,
Yeah,
will you
c4.
do the pawn d takes c4?
And then I would
Bishop.
go bishop b2 and knight d2 and win it.
He played.
Oh, he did it. He did it.
Knight b8. Okay. I thought
Okay.
knight d2 and
Let's go. Let's go. Anish, oh, c3 and now knight c4. Guys, look at this hole on d6. The knight may jump in. It's going to be very exciting. Bishop e3 and he's looking at this.
Now the a6, yeah, a6 is
But
seen as a
look at
problem.
Anish's understanding of the position. He saw that one pawn is not very important. And he has given up a pawn just so that he can take control of the dark squares in the position. That is phenomenal understanding, guys. And all the people here who want to follow the games live on the website of chess.com as well, I'm putting in the link in the description so that you all can follow it. Follow the games live on chess.
Kramnik student says Anish made a course on the French, so should be comfortable.
Yeah, and especially when you make a course on French from the from the black side, you also look at black's possibilities. B5 definitely looks like an overextension. If you ask me, what is the problem in black's position? I can tell you that this knight and the king, this knight doesn't develop. The king remains in the center, and Anish is going to create threats with knight b6. This bishop may hang, rook c1, trying to take this pawn, and his bishops are pretty strong here.
Yeah, right now the decision is whether to go on knight b6 or
knight d6. Yes, that's what he's thinking. But you know, Anish has to manage his time well. He's down to 2 minutes 25 seconds here. The score, guys, is very nicely mentioned below the screen. Artemiev is 1 point. He scored his first win. And look at Anish. He's thinking. He's closed his eyes. He is calculating what should he play. And that's how these top players think. Yeah, he's calculating everything. Knight d6. So look at his mind would be going something like knight d6, bishop d6, e d6. Where will the queen move? Okay, queen b7. Can I then somehow attack this g7 weakness? He is thinking very hard.
Yes. I think knight d6 sounds better.
Yeah, definitely. Knight d6 is a move that you want to make because you win the dark squared bishop.
But also your pawn goes to
he played knight d6.
Yeah.
Rook c1. Okay. And what about e5 pawn? Is it hanging because knight takes e5, knight takes e5, queen takes e5? Again, very risky, but you know, guys, black is already so passive that he has to take risks now. He must take on e5. If he doesn't take on e5,
knight takes e5, queen takes e5, bishop d4 is a problem, is it?
Possible. Let me make those moves on the board for everyone to see. Knight e5, queen e5, bishop d4. Absolutely right, Amruta. And let's say I try to somehow defend queen f5. But then can you pick up
Bishop
this?
G7, I'm not sure.
There is some
Yeah,
pressure here.
maybe I
And
don't think.
Amruta, look at this.
Yeah.
If you decide to move the queen somewhere, I can go queen G4. Oh, sorry, queen G6. Sorry, and attack this bishop and also mate here.
Very nice double attack. Very nice. So
And Artemiev is still thinking hard whether to take that pawn or not. I believe that that is his only chance here to take that pawn. He took it. He took it. He took it. Because Amruta, that was the only pawn. Now, if Anish doesn't respond well, the stakes have risen to such an extent because he's 2 pawns down. And now Black can just develop his knight here and castle. So
he has to play accurately right now. Very critical point it means, Sagar.
Guys, this is high class chess. If at this moment Anish doesn't find, he found bishop d4. Let's see. Oh, queen to b8. And now can we just snatch this pawn? Can Anish just snatch this pawn? Or is he going to be, yes, he takes it. He takes the pawn on g7.
So queen takes b6, bishop takes h8,
Yeah.
f6.
Yeah, but the bishop cannot be trapped so easily here. Bishop c6.
Now just capture what happens for bishop takes.
No,
the queen's hanging.
No, let's move the queen. Amruta,
Yes,
queen c2.
Queen c2
The idea is queen b3 is also good. But queen c2, my idea was if I take the rook, then h7 pawn was hanging.
Is also possible.
But Anish has come back really strong after losing the first game, bishop f6. And now look at this, Amruta. The point is you mustn't take the rook. If you took the rook, then the c3 pawn was very strong. So here he took on c3 and now f6.
C6 and f6 is hanging.
Again a decision which one to take, c6 or the f6 knight. Both are hanging here, this or this. I believe that both are good. I think he will take here. And in the end game, the pawns are equal. Oh, he takes here. He takes here.
He wants to retain the queens, right?
But no, there's some pressure on g2. He must be careful.
But just g3 right now because bishop h5 is also a very bishop f3.
Yeah. You know what Anish is saying? Look, this king is my compensation. I don't have an extra pawn. I don't have anything. But your king will suffer until the queens are on the board. That is how his advantage is determined in this position. He takes.
Very interesting with the major pieces. How is he going to take advantage of the black's king, which is in the center?
Alekhine used to say this is the fourth phase of the game. So we have the opening, middle game, and the end game. But it's sort of a phase between the middle game and the end game where there are only major pieces on the board.
Yeah.
And that's where there can be lot of tactical things, guys. It's just close to an endgame. If you remove the queens here, black is absolutely fine. But keeping the queens on the board does make a huge difference.
I think so.
Rook g5. And now can we put our rook on c6? I think one problem that white will face is his back rank. He may have to waste a tempo at some point. And Artemiev, very quick. You know, Amruta, the real problem here is Anish is down to 23 seconds. There is 1 second increment. But he is.
But this is a very manageable position right now. Very manageable.
Yeah. Takes on a6. And I think every game is going to be very important, especially in this match. 5+1. I think as the time control keeps getting shorter, Artemiev gets stronger. So that's why for Anish, it's very important to score some points in this 5+1 section. Although he's a pawn up, I just get the feeling that he has lost his advantage because rook endgames are just so drawish in nature.
I agree. But he still has an outside pass pawn and a b pawn.
Yeah, but no, I don't think so. Just rook b2. Then the other rook comes to b5 or d5 to d2. This should be a draw.
So is it even risky for Anish with 10 seconds?
I don't think it's risky. He will draw this without much difficulties. But winning is now out of question because rook b5 and he just loses this pawn. So fantastic defense by Artemiev. Did not give Anish a chance to, clearly better position. And now the pawn is lost. I think they'll agree to a draw. Oh, yeah, draw. Draw is done here. Moving on to the third game. Anish still looking for his first win, guys. Let's see if this. Oh, and look, He's gone for the Sicilian now. He's gone for the
Close
Sicilian.
Sicilian, that is.
Oh, so Artemiev plays the close Sicilian. And guys, you know who was the biggest expert of the close Sicilian, Amruta?
No, I
One
don't.
world champion who used to play the close Sicilian very often.
Gary Kasparov?
No.
Magnus Carlsen?
It was Boris Spassky. He was one of the biggest exponents of the close
Really?
Sicilian, and he loved playing it. And the idea is that here black will play his knight to e7 and castle, while white will try to play f4 and try to launch a kingside attack.
But there is one more idea. White will try to exchange the bishop by bishop h6 and go for h4, h5.
Yes, that's why Anish is thinking, should he move his knight or not? Because if knight e7, bishop h6 and h4, h4, Amruta is always going for the kingside attack.
Yeah. But why is Anish thinking here right now? I mean, isn't thinking for 40-50 seconds quite a lot here?
Yeah, I agree. I think Anish is a bit rusty. Also, he's thinking which setup to take because there are many possibilities here. He can go knight e7. Also, he must be thinking, can I waste a tempo and push the pawn to e5?
Yes, I think that's possible.
But after you play e6 on the previous move, you don't want to. Rook b8 with the idea of b5, b4.
Yeah. So I think it was like a surprise for Anish that Artemiev played close Sicilian.
Yeah, generally it's a surprise, but these players know how to neutralize it.
Here if you play knight d4, bishop d4, cd4, knight b5, is it that trap we are falling in? Knight d4, bishop
let me just make the moves. So here
bishop d4,
takes
knight b5, and queen b4. If you play queen b6, queen b4.
Queen b6. Wow, Amruta, very interesting.
Sure,
but I think here king e7 and still in the game.
Yeah, but you don't like this, yeah? The king e7, it's fine.
But it's possible, but it's not. It looks fine for black.
Yeah, rook b8 a little bit.
He did play knight d4. He did play because, guys, I must tell you that here, if Anish had not gone knight d4 and played b5, white would have played d4, and then it would have been very bad to allow that move. So he went knight d4, castles b5, knight d1. Yeah, knight he takes, and knight d7 finishes his development.
This is fine. See,
queen d2 and now castle. Yeah, just
castle. Or you want to stop the d4 idea?
No, now it looks okay. Bishop h6. Now it doesn't look so strong. Bishop h6 in general. b4, yeah, good move. And if you take, I just take back. If you play f4, generally black goes f5 to block that pawn. But here, not so sure.
No, when the bishop is exchanged, black also has another idea of keeping his pawn structure with f6 and e5.
Yeah, possible to go f6 and e5.
But here we have to see, yeah, because knight g4 is a threat.
Anish is not touching his pawns right now on the king side. So knight g4, queen h6.
Knight g8 he might be planning.
Yeah, I like white's position. You know what white has done is he's not touched his pawns too much on the queen side, and he is looking at ideas like knight g4, also f4. And Anish has to remain very, very careful.
You know which Indian player plays like this from white?
I don't know, maybe Ratnakaran.
Yeah, you guessed it right.
Ratnakaran is one of the trickiest players, guys. He's an IM from India. Also, we call him the Indian Tal. And here, also Artemiev is a very tricky opponent. So Anish has to be careful of all the tactics. You know, there are moments in this 5+1 section where one player thinks for a long time. Like Anish thought for nearly a minute before playing the move rook b8, and now Artemiev thought for 1 minute 5 seconds before playing f4.
Yeah.
And immediate reaction f5. You know, you want white to push f5, so you block it.
Seems fine, yeah. Black is going to go bishop b7.
My only concern here, Amruta, is this king.
Yes.
The king is slightly exposed, and if somehow white manages to open it up,
it's not so easy.
I know it's not very dangerous. I agree with you.
Because black has got space on queen side as well here.
Yeah.
I think. But let's see. d4, yeah, d4 is going to be, I think, very risky. White gets d4.
Yeah. Let's see Anish now. Artemiev thinking another 50 seconds. So last two moves of Artemiev have taken 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And Anish has completed his development, and he's asking Artemiev, "Why did you think so long? I'm just better now. I'm just fine. And now I think you should take with the knight because your knight is passive here, his knight is active. So why don't we exchange it? Oh, he's taken with
Yeah,
the pawn.
I think in this particular case, Sagar, e6 was really weak.
Yeah, but Amruta, look at this knight c4, and now the knight sits here attacking this weakness. If you ever push it with d5, it jumps to e5.
Correct. But what if I don't?
But this is a monster.
A4. Yeah.
I understand,
And then
but
D4.
I love
Yeah.
I love White's position now. Rook e6, rook e1.
Yeah. Black needs his queen on
Now
F6.
knight e5. Just enter the position, or can we even take this pawn? Look at this, Amruta. Take. If queen takes, rook takes e7.
Oh, no, is he losing a pawn?
Possibly, very, very possibly.
No, but after knight takes a5, oh,
He took it. He took it. He took it.
Save your knight. First go rook f7.
No, but what if
still
I
rook
go? What if I
e7.
go rook
Still rook e7 is
a8,
coming.
knight b7? You know, Artemiev is going to defend his knight through tricks. Wow, this is altogether a different level of play shown by Artemiev. He is one and half up in the match with 5-1 section. There's still 1 hour 3 minutes of play remaining. You can see Anish totally focused, a little bit red faced, but we also have another view, if I may show the viewers. Look at this. This is Anish, Artemiev, and also Artemiev's background from where he's playing. I don't think Anish has a second camera, but this is how it is. Let's go back and see what happened.
Oh, Artemiev is super strong, Sagar.
Yes. Why? Did you have any doubts? Did you have any doubts about this young man who's touted as the next big thing from Russian chess? By the way, rook f6, and now there are so many ways. You can just go rook e5, bring in the other rook. You may even think about giving up these pawns on the
Sure,
quick
but
side.
this is the best what Anish could get, I think, after losing a pawn.
But I think it's just very natural progression towards a good position for white. Now rook f e1. If you move the knight, d5 pawn hangs.
Rook a7.
So he comes back. And now it's interesting to see how Artemiev will create another point of weakness.
Queen e2, then rook f7.
Yes.
Knight e6 check, king g8. How will you progress?
No, even I think queen e2, can we just go king f7? The point is, white needs to create another, some kind of a attack. So I would say even h4.
G4.
Oh, he played h3 g4. I was thinking h4 h5.
No, because imagine when you said your king can be on f7, that time the g5 and rook can get trapped.
Yeah. Anish is trying to create something, but it's only going to create a weakness here.
Exactly.
The pawn will be lost.
Exactly.
And now king h2, Artemiev is making some kind of a funny remark here to Anish, saying, look, I have all my pieces beautifully positioned. What are you going to do? And Anish has to think for every move. He's down to 1 minute 20 seconds. Time is this time equal.
Time is good.
So that's good. But once things go down to 1 minute, mistakes are very likely. Rook to e3. And now Anish thinking for his move. What does he do? The poor knight cannot move. d5 pawn hangs. The rook cannot go away.
King f7.
He played king f7.
Yeah, right now g4 is still not possible.
Let's pick up this right pawn. Yeah, let's take it. Why not? It's a nice juicy pawn. Yeah, he takes it. Deepa Madaya, thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you, Deepa. And guys, Anish has to get something rolling. I think this is the second game that he will lose. There has been one draw. So it will be 2.5.
Yeah, but what if Anish gets his rook on a1, rook, queen on the last rank? Yeah, he's going to go for that.
Amruta is very optimistic here. I have no such thing. I'm not going to be fooled here. I think Artemiev is just completely dominating.
Yes, he's dominating, but let's see.
Yeah, but makes
something.
sense. Comes back now. Rook e8. Let's jump in inside. Something will fall. Anish is down to 26 seconds. How difficult it is to defend such positions with so little time. So little time on the clock. King g7, and now even just moving the rook away and bringing the other rook seems so nice.
Yeah. In a classical game, just to think of a candidate move is difficult in 10 seconds. Yeah.
Well, one pair of rooks have been exchanged. Some respite for Anish, perhaps, because keeping both the rooks was really dangerous. And now.
But Queen e5 is going to be a very strong threat now. It's
Queen
e5 right now. Queen f6.
Queen e5. Can we also
Queen
go
f6.
King f7? Oh my God! This looks like Anish is making a comeback here. King f7. He's attacking.
He has to go to the last rook b8.
No, Amruta, look at this. This is a checkmate. What you said. What you said is happening. You know, white came too much forward to punch, and suddenly his back is exposed. And this is where he takes on g6, but queen c2 now. It seems. Yes, no, he has to exchange the queens and Anish is a piece of. Oh my God, what a save for Anish. Not
still, this is not possible to win. Yeah?
No, he'll win easily.
Easily.
He'll win this. We'll win this. What a turn of events.
Absolutely.
I was completely hopeless. I was laughing at Amruta.
Yes, you said I cannot be fooled and all of that. Yeah.
Sudarshan Ranjan, thank you so much for the super chat.
Fingers crossed he wins today.
And Sudarshan, your super chat has spurred on Anish, who's now completely winning from a totally lost position. Always think positive, everyone's saying in the chat.
Time-wise, yeah, 10 seconds ahead. Wow.
AG on fire now. Now the pawn's going through. I think Artemiev resigned.
First win for Anish. Come on, guys.
So Anish has equaled the scores. And I think what boost in confidence you can see on his face. Look at his face.
Oh, that is what is that expression? Love it.
His expression says, good stuff, guys, good stuff.
Yeah.
That's what he says. That's what Anish would have said. Good stuff.
In fact, as a photographer, I've always loved taking his pictures. You know, he is so interesting. I understood why he loves taking selfies.
Oh, Amruta, look at this. Your opening. No, the Sicilian Khan has been played on the board. Artemiev has played the Khan. And guys, I must tell you, this entire setup of Khan is how Amruta made a living in her entire career of chess. She used to play only one opening in her life. Gaurav Datta says, what a turnaround. Anish.
Yes.
But Amruta, look at this. Anish is going to destroy.
Very different kind of line. Wow.
Yeah. Usually, guys, white is like, oh, I'll castle, I'll put my rook here, I'll put my other rook here, I'll push here. But Anish is like, look, I won my last game. The wit is in my sails. I'm going to go forward, and he's pushing his pawns.
I love his play.
Really?
Yes, it is so.
So now you agree that Sicilian Khan is not so great?
No, that will be proved by Artemiev, right?
By Anish. Anish has to prove it, guys. Anish has to prove it. Rook to c8 and
if Anish beats Artemiev, I'll say Sicilian Khan is not the best.
Okay. Gustav Giri. Everyone's saying Gustav Giri. I think it's because he says good stuff. And then everyone like, oh, Gustav.
Yeah.
Rook c1. You know, the way Anish has pushed his pawns, the question remains over here.
Yeah.
Where is the white king going? But at the same time, exactly, if the black king goes here, the very next moment these pawns start pushing. So it's a very risky strategy, and Anish is taking the risk. He knows that he needs to attack Artemiev because that guy did panic in the last game.
Yes, he did. But what about right now? I mean, h5. Can he just take gh5? Or that would be horrible. F4.
No, gh5 would be really bad because F4, F5, and so Anish is on the offensive.
Clearly better for white.
C4 pawn is hanging. C4. Oh, look at this. Cool as a cucumber. C4 pawn is defended. Asking the question, I'm going to kick your knight next move. What are you doing? Artemiev says, I'm creating a square for my knight. So that's
he gives back the pawn.
Yeah, he gives back, and Anish now has a lot of space, but the e4 pawn is slightly weak. Who cares? F5.
Yeah.
Amruta, This is your style of play, rolling pawns forward, but just with so much more control. So much more control.
Absolutely. Love the play by Anish.
Anish is playing
Killing.
very.
He's killing it.
Yeah, but how to break through is the question. F6 has been played.
You know, after a while, basically black had to get d5 or b5 break at some point. If he doesn't, he is just slowly, it's like slow poison. But here it's very fast poison. In fact.
Where to go? Bishop f8. And now I think this pawn is a small weakness.
Yeah.
And maybe the queen will swing over and pick up this pawn.
There is no way to defend it.
Hedgehog getting crushed. This is, guys, this is the way in which you crush the hedgehog. You know why it's called the hedgehog? I just want to tell you guys that this structure is like this small creature. If you Google it, hedgehog is like this small porcupine-like creature and it has spines on the top. So these are the spines that if you come close, it will attack you back. But here Anish says, I don't care about your spines. I'm going straight for your face, the king. And that's how he is attacked here, like crazy. Queen c7. But you know, last game, Artemiev too had a very nice position and he botched it up.
Correct.
Could also be possible this time.
True. Oh, king f1.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he played king f1. But I think he wanted to move his queen. And there was knight d3 check winning the rook. So he just said, okay, let me just keep my king on the side. Knight d7. And now let's go queen h2. Why not?
Just be careful about d5. No, it's not possible right now.
Yeah, I think queen h2 has to be played, but Anish is thinking this time he has the time under control. He has 3 minutes 23 seconds. And what to do? What to do next for black, for white? I'm just trying to think. There will also be some sacrifices always in the air, like knight e6.
And I see absolutely, like I'm thinking, what about rook on h?
Amruta, what about this move g6? You can't take hg6 because h8 hangs. And if you take fg6, knight takes e6.
But after knight takes e6, the point is you'll move your queen and you don't want those exchanges, right?
I understand, but the king opens up. So I'm thinking of this pawn sack.
Even your king is exposed. So I think rook e1 is what he may plan in future.
Possibly, but I think this is, you know, I had this coach. I had this coach who used to say, great players understand critical moments really well. And Anish knows this is the moment where he has to decide whether go queen h2, go queen g2, go for knight e6 ideas, go for g6 ideas. And he's thinking about all of this. You can look at his face. I guess if he may even close his eyes at some point. Surya Prakash, thank you for your super chat. Says great content, guys. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. And this is what we are going to do. This is really very, very exciting. You know, if Anish wins this, he goes to the quarterfinals of this tournament. Already, players like Hikaru, players like Magnus have already qualified. He goes 92, slightly soft. Don't you agree, Amruta? Slightly soft.
Yeah, I think he is kind of worried about b5 or d5. Something that Artemiev will try to play dynamic.
Yeah, but where is the knight going? Because if knight f4, e5, maybe Anish wants to just sack there.
Possible.
And Artemiev maybe wants to just put his knight on e5. I think that's a nice square he has.
Yeah, if black goes knight e5, then after knight f4, e5 is not possible.
Yeah, I agree. Now some sacrifices once again coming up here. And Amruta now.
But I think Artemiev is a player like Sagar. You cannot just sacrifice blindly because it looks good.
Yeah, I know.
You have to be very precise.
I agree with you on that front that you have to be careful. But also, when the time starts running low, it might be a good idea.
Queen g2.
Yes, because e4 pawn was hanging. Okay. Earlier, you couldn't take because after knight e6, the bishop would have been hanging. So now Anish defended it. And
b5.
Now b5. Heating up, guys.
The
position is heating up.
Queen takes. He didn't play queen take. Sorry, what am I saying?
No, he just took bishop takes. And now this bishop is slightly closed. But if black at some point gets d5, this bishop will come out with vengeance. bishop b2.
But look at the rook on h8. It's it's like out. Like rook on h4 can always enter the game, yeah? But
Yeah.
rook on h8 is very, very far.
I agree that this time it's Anish who is on the offensive, and also time-wise things are even. He has 1 minute 38 seconds. Vladislav has 1 minute 22 seconds. Anish looking
Yeah,
good.
I was looking at queen c8 or something like that. But even if the queen goes here, there's absolutely no entry here, Sagar, on any of the four
Yes,
squares.
yes. B4 is just he's played a move, and he's asked Anish, tell me,
What are you?
how are you going to enter my position? Anish says, I don't want to enter. I'm just playing my queen to e2. You do something. You are the one in trouble. Your bishop is not moving. Your rook is not moving. If you go to g8, I'm going to pluck this pawn up. Yeah, yeah. Tough things. If you have to defend such a position with just 1 minute on your clock, that is not easy. That is not easy.
Yeah. But of course, with the amount of advantage Anish had, maybe he would also be feeling that, it should have been over earlier.
Not really, Amruta. I still feel he is very positive about his position. Artemiev looks slightly tensed, as you can see from the camera. Anish super focused. But at the same time,
relaxed.
Anish never has these creases on his forehead. I don't know how he does it. He always looks calm, yet intense. He has this both. Oh, check. Queen comes in with a check. And you can't put the bishop because the knight may just take it. Knight d7.
Now,
Now, no, Amruta, you have to take
knight
it.
e6, f6,
If
knight
Mikhail Tal is watching this game from wherever he is, he would take it in
Yes.
an instant. He would do it. But this is Anish Giri. Anish is very solid. They call him the Tal from Nepal. Will he take on e6 here? I think he should.
He did take
The Tal from Nepal has struck. If knight takes e6, and now the king is weak, the knight is pinned.
f7 can be a threat
F7
with
with bishop.
at some point.
Oh, man, this is so tough. Oh, bishop to a6, and now knight c7.
That is a very nice, otherwise,
Yeah.
defense.
I don't know what's happening, but f7 is still looking like a threat. Can you go in with the queen here or not? Queen c2.
Queen
Because
a8 check and queen d5 check. What are you gonna do?
yeah, possible. And now knight e5. Artemiev may be solidifying his position slowly, but Anish may take this. Yeah.
Yeah, bishop takes queen e6 checks.
And check here. Yeah.
King d8. But how? What then? G6.
Maybe f7 with the idea of queen e8.
No, not f7. G6.
Yeah, g6 is also coming.
He'll recover the piece back.
Yeah, but Amruta, bishop e5, there is queen c1 check. So you have to be careful. And now Anish down to 20 seconds. Artemiev has 5 seconds. He gets a check. King g2. King f2 has been played. Can you take the bishop? Oh, check here.
Queen takes
He's going to take with the queen.
Queen c8 check. King f7. Queen d7 check. Is it going to be a perpetual or something?
I don't know. I have no idea. Suddenly, the result could go either way. It could be.
Yeah.
And Anish has brought his queen back. Queen g4.
Very difficult position.
I have a feeling that yes. I think black will take a perpetual. He won't risk it now. Yeah, draw. Seems like a draw incoming, guys. And what a game. Last game, Anish was losing. He won. This game, he was completely better, but Artemiev drew 3-3. And I believe, 2.5. And I believe that this match is very, very exciting.
He played amazing game, but Sagar.
Yeah. 4 games are over. Yeah, it's 2-2. The score is 2-2.
Yeah. What about this opening?
Well, it's the Nimzo-Indian on the board, guys, with the variation bishop d2, which is slowly and steadily becoming popular. Earlier, people used to say bishop d2 looks like a passive move. Now everyone says it looks good. That's how opening theory is. Trend keeps on changing, guys. You need to be a trend setter, not a follower. And that's what these top players do. Now, Artemiev, but Giri, on the other hand, can be happy with his opening position. Bishop b7.
Will black go d5 or d6?
I think you should take this guy first at some right moment, because You don't want white to castle and then save his bishop. So for now, the bishop is not running away. So you could still make a move like d6, knight d7.
Can't you go f5
Possible.
and keep the pieces if you want to?
Possible.
Yeah, I think this is okay. d6.
Take on c3.
As you said, yeah, bishop e1.
Yeah, the moment that square was vacated. Here, I'm always a bit worried about d5, closing the bishop. But after ed, cd, knight f6, I don't see a very good way to defend this. You don't want to play a move like rook d3. It doesn't look good. So that's why here perhaps not d5.
Yeah.
Or maybe d5. I don't know. Artemiev is thinking. We are now down to 44 minutes in this 5+1 section. So halfway through there. And the match is as equal as it could be.
Yeah, I think black is very comfortable. This game, Anish should not get into any difficulty.
I don't know, Amruta. I don't like this weakness here.
But you have c4 as well.
Yeah, c4 is slightly weak. What about knight d2 now? See, the thing is, if you get into a major piece endgame,
yes,
it might be slightly better for white.
But very difficult to convert. Not enough advantage it's going to be.
Yeah, he played knight d2. Guys, these Russian players are just so brutal. Yeah, they know these strategies so well. Now queen takes d2, just simple. Put pressure here. This guy is more weak than this guy. That's the point. King g2, okay. d6, and Anish says, you pick my d6, I'm going to take your c4. As rightly pointed out by Amruta, c4 is also weak, d6 is weak. If they both get exchanged, then maybe it's around equal, but Artemiev says, I'm going to defend my c4 pawn. I'm still keeping an eye on the d6 pawn.
Just rook f d8. Simple.
Yeah, rook f d8 looks good. Even a check here seems interesting. Let's see what Anish does here.
I'm going to give a check and go d5.
Not really.
Because
d5 takes means that this isolated pawn may.
But right now, can you play d5? Because you get e2.
Yeah, I mean, he will save it. I don't think he wants to go d5.
So it's simple. You have to attack c4.
Yeah, but how exactly? Now d6 is falling and the back rank problems may start. Just to give you an example, guys. Here, if you play queen c7, I just pick up this pawn. You take, I take, and the moment you try to take this pawn, I can just take your queen, and checkmate.
Yes, but of course, not gonna allow.
Yeah, of course, they're not going to allow that.
h6. Yeah, exactly.
Now you understand. This is how you understand h6. Oh, rook takes d6.
Isn't it equal after rook takes d6?
Rook takes, rook
c4,
rook c4,
rook e6.
Oh, rook e6, intermediate move. Oh, queen takes. What? Oh, look at this, Amruta. Queen takes, rook c4, rook d8 check, king h7, and rook d7, attacking f7 and a7. And the grind begins in the endgame with an extra pawn.
Oh.
Amruta, what is...
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means it's a little sad.
Okay. Got it.
Just give
Next time, Amruta does... That means you must understand that she's sad.
Maybe queen b7 check and rook takes c4.
No, Amruta, that is bad.
Why?
Because of a tactic. Look at this. Check. f3. Rook takes c4. Loses the rook. Check. And a check. And you lose the rook. Oh, there are tactics in the air. In the air. These world-class players like Artemiev are not going to give you even a single pawn. They grab it and they keep it with them forever. Look at Anish with his hand on his head. He is closing his... I love it when Anish actually thinks with, like this. I really like when he closes his eyes and he is like, oh, he took the queen.
I think he decides to fight the rook endgame.
Yeah.
That's his best chance.
True, but check, and now a pawn is falling. Maybe a5 makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
But you really don't want to land up in a position where you lose f7 and e6 both, because then with 4 versus 2, it would be very difficult to hold. So a variation that could be very dangerous, Amruta, is that after a5, takes, I take this pawn, you go here, and then I come to e7, you take this. This is actually a winning position for white because he has two extra pawns and only one pawn here. So white should win this.
Even if the a pawn reaches a2.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is not what Anish would like. That's why he saved his f7 pawn and gave up his a7 pawn. But this is a tough endgame to defend, especially with Artemiev having 3 minutes 23 seconds. If Anish can hold this, we will be watching some very instructive endgame play.
Yeah.
I would love to learn this endgame. Even if Artemiev wins, it's a very nice thing to learn from. What is the technique? First e3. Okay.
Totally agree, Sagar. What is black going to do with his pawn structure on king side?
I don't know. Maybe f6 and e5 or h5. Yeah, h5 is what he plays here. h5 generally is a good idea. And then you put your king f6 and pawn to g6.
I thought if black gets his pawn to e4, that's a good chance to put pressure on f2.
Yeah.
Even g5, g4.
Maybe. But I think white may go g4.
But I think it's the best choice which Anish made. Yeah, this is not easy. Even
I don't know. I don't know if it's the best choice because here now he is suffering in this endgame. Also now, Amruta, you can activate your king because even whenever you take here, I can just get two connected passers.
Yeah. Oh, it's not easy. It's very difficult.
Endgame technique OP, guys. Endgame technique OP. I doubt if Anish will be able to hold this. G4, and Anish is saying to his opponent, look, I'm going to take this and then I might take this. Oh, but now Rook F2 comes with a check. This was not the best idea. Now come back. And these couple of pawn exchanges.
Rook B2.
No. The idea is if you take check and win this.
That's tricky. That's tricky.
Interesting.
Otherwise, also Rook B4 it's better to have the Rook on B4 here because he's done his job on A2.
Yeah. Look at Artemiev, so close to the camera, yeah. And Artemiev also blinks a lot, yeah. If you look at him, I've seen him in tournaments. He does blink a lot while playing.
It's a good habit.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
In general, I think chess players blink a lot under pressure.
I thought the other way. You blink less. You keep staring the position.
Rook b4, yeah. In general, I liked Anish's way of playing.
Yeah. Now go king g6, f5, e5.
Oh, you want to push the pawns? Or maybe just wait. Why to hurry? Just keep shuffling your king. Let white push his pawns. What's the hurry here?
Okay, we will see.
Anish,
whether black will push his pawns or not.
After losing the first game, hasn't lost a game yet. 2 draws after that and a win. And this might also be heading towards a draw.
Wow, if he is able to hold this, then I think the main mistake of giving the f2 pawn, that was critical. White should not have...
Yeah, but you have to take these decisions in split seconds.
Yeah.
And Artemiev thought, okay, maybe that's better. But in hindsight, it didn't work out well.
But even now, when the king goes to c3,
he pushes his pawn. He starts your strategy, Amruta.
Yeah,
he says, okay, let me push the pawns. I don't want to wait. And Artemiev says, I'm coming with my king. If you move your rook away, I'll win this pawn.
No, I can always have my rook on g4.
Yeah, that's a nice square. Rook a6.
Actually, king...
Amruta, my worry is king c3, king b3. And then you lose. And then in the meanwhile, you have to win these pawns. It's a race. It's a complete... Why? Oh, he takes on e6. Maybe he takes on e6 now.
2 pawns. He wins 2 pawns.
No, g3 is hanging. Guys, rook endgames are so tough. Rook endgames are so tough. To understand what's going on, you need to be very, very good with your intuitive powers here because you can't calculate everything. At the same time, look at Anish's time. 6 seconds. How do you defend this position in just 6 seconds?
That's not possible, right, Sagar?
It looks very difficult. Very difficult. King takes g3 and now...
Rook b4, play quick.
Rook b4 is down to 3. Anish.
Rook 41.
Anish is
Okay,
now
yeah.
playing on microseconds in this position, but now the rook defends here. The king is coming in. This is game over, guys. Artemiev has shown fantastic technique here, and now rook c6 is also going to get the job done.
Oh, it's Lucena in a way.
Lucena, everyone loves Lucena. Rook a3, and now he'll come with the king here. Time to resign this game because he will be an entire rook up. And what a game! I guess, guys, Artemiev OP in the chat. He has played beautifully. He now has 3-2 edge, and we immediately go into a Petrov. Artemiev said last game, I was too scared of Anish's attack on the hedgehog. I am going for the Petrov now.
Yeah.
But Petrov also, white has a nice, this move here, Amruta, after knight c3, the main move is to take.
Knight c3, exactly. D
But he went back. And that is passive. That is passive, but solid. Passive, but solid. Bishop h5, rook e1. Of course, Anish is a very good opening expert, guys.
Oh, g4. Here.
Oh, g4.
And d5. Oh. Anish has good space.
Opening preparation. This is Anish's opening prep. Wonderful. I think he knows his stuff here. You can see how quickly he took 14 seconds for the move rook e1 when he played it. But after that, he quickly blitzed out his moves. And now he has a space edge.
Excellent.
But Amruta,
yeah.
I'm always slightly worried about these pawn pushes because they create some weak squares.
Yeah, but in return, right now, I think this space is very good, and Anish is going to show us how to take advantage.
Yeah, true.
The question is, bishop f4 or bishop g5? I was wondering. So he chose bishop f4.
Again, c6, very logical move, fighting
but
for
d6
space.
Is weak. d6 is weak. Black will go. He's lost a pawn. They are playing so
Artemiev, guys, look at this tactic. He immediately spotted it. Now the queen is hanging. If you take here, I have an intermediate check.
Because
you can't go because knight e1 comes with check.
Piece, no.
The queen takes. I don't know if Anish blundered something or Artemiev showed some brilliant prep. But this position, you have a knight and a rook for a queen. I believe that.
And a pawn. Knight, rook, and a pawn.
And a pawn also.
Very important.
This pawn. So that means that you have knight points for 9. Is the queen better or is the rook, knight, and a pawn better?
Yeah, very important that your king is not as exposed against the queen. So it's complicated. I don't think it's very easy. Of course, black should be better.
Yeah.
Black should be better.
Black should be slightly better. Now Artemiev, whenever there are a lot of exchanges that happen in a position, you must sit back, try to analyze where are the weaknesses. Okay, b2 looks slightly weak. Maybe there could be something with the f2 pawn. Should I play rook b8? All these things, and you take your time. This is where you take your time because it's a 5+1 section, guys. 5 minutes per game with 1 second increment.
Yeah.
You can see Anish not very thrilled with his position because first he blitzed out his opening and then he gets into such a position where it's not a ride in the park. Yeah, like
yeah, he's on the defensive side right now. He will have to be.
Yeah.
But I see one pattern. Yeah, queen b6. I like the move. b3. I think you have to play. What pattern? With this edge g6. The knight and the back rank, it's always a little dangerous even for black king.
You mean that if the knight jumps here and you can double it, there's always a back rank mate.
Black needs to be careful about it. I mean,
I agree with you.
And white has to keep every piece defended against the queen, which is there. So it's
the queen is like this missile. Yeah, it's looking at where to go and strike. It needs weaknesses, but white's position right now doesn't have too many. Okay, maybe knight e6.
Will black like to exchange one rook or retain the rook?
I believe that black would like to keep the rooks. Oh, he exchanged.
Oh, he exchanged. These are not easy decisions.
No, generally what happens is that white's rooks are kind of duplicating their function. So if you have two rooks, sometimes it doesn't make any. But here, both the rooks were so well placed, taking the open files, that you needed to exchange one of them
True.
in order for your rook to get active.
Anish didn't want to exchange.
Anish doesn't exchange. Knight e6.
I think white must get his c3 knight at the right square.
Yeah, but what is the right square? maybe knight e4 to g5. That's the plan.
Possible. But black knight, if he keeps on f4, knight f4, h3 is attack, and if he gets the queen, no, he can't really get any attack on h3 further.
Look at this probing here. Anish defends it. My worry, as always, is, as you pointed out, and I think Amruta said it very well, that if, let's imagine that you make a random move, say queen b4, and I go knight g5, and then you take, then already after check, takes, takes, king h7, knight g5, king h8, and now knight takes f7, and what a pretty mate. This is what white's dream scenario is. Anish plays h4. You see, Artemiev brought his king to f8 to stop this.
Yeah, because it's really scary and takes a lot of mental space.
A raid by Samay. Thank you so much, Samay, and everyone for joining in. This is going to be very exciting game. What you are witnessing here is a match between Russia's top talent. You can no longer call him a talent now. He is one of the best in the world, Artemiev, playing here against Anish Giri, the Dutch #1, world #11, a lot of people's favorite here. And here, knight f4. Will Anish spot this brilliant knight d6 move with a checkmate? Oh, he misses it. He misses it. Knight d6 would have been such a nice move. He didn't see it. Maybe it had a big edge there. f6, and now maybe the black king has more space.
Yeah, the g5 square is gone. That was a...
All the people joining in. This is the 5+1 section that we are seeing. Only 27 minutes left. We then move to 60 minutes of 3+1 and 30 minutes of 1+1 bullet. So it's going to be an intense match, and we're going to be there right till the end. Artemiev, as the match is progressing, is getting closer and closer to the video here. So he is really right into it. Anish, as always, very calm and focused, very calm, cool and collected.
Time difference is, Anish is pretty up on time, yeah?
Yeah, right now Anish has 2 minutes 48 seconds and Artemiev has 53 seconds.
How about
sorry,
we have a look at the bigger picture?
You want to see all the players? Yeah, here, this is where Artemiev is playing on the left there in his house in Russia. Anish is playing in his White House in Netherlands. Everything is white in his house. And Artemiev also has the back view. You can see all the books about there. So let's go back to the game. One pair of knights have been exchanged. So the knights are off the board. And now queen to c3, attacking the pawn on c2.
Now rook e2 has to be played. What plan is white going to follow?
Yeah.
I still think if white gets g5.
I don't know. The thing is that black has attacked the knight here on
I said rook e2. That was a blunder.
Yeah. f3 was hanging, and now let's see, queen f5 perhaps. Or where do you do? What do you do? Yeah, he plays queen f5, and now a check is a big threat. If you miss it, you will lose. Amruta's.
Oh no.
How do you do it? Like let's
rook e3. Okay.
If you do that, it means Amruta is sad. That's what she told me.
Yeah.
And I've never heard you doing this.
I do it.
I've lost so many times in chess, but you never did.
I don't know. You know, people develop new habits. I started playing bullets. It's possible. Bhavesh Tihari says, love you, Sagar Bhai.
Thank you, Bhavesh. Thank you so much. And thanks for stopping by, all the people joining in. If you want to learn some high quality chess, top class chess, this is the match to follow right now, because these are two of the best players in the world and they are fighting like anything.
Because in between, I would like to tell you, Samay beat Botes. That's the news. I don't know how true it is.
No, he didn't beat Botes. His members beat Botes' subscribers. So
Okay.
that's also an achievement, because I think Samay was motivating them slash demotivating them in between the rounds. Black here is sort of solid, but he needs a way to break through, and Anish knows it, that it's not easy to find a chink in White's armor as of now. So he's staying steady for now.
Rook
Maybe he will
F4, maybe Rook F4.
just
No
keep
threat.
moving, maybe the king back and forth. Oh, he takes on
G6. Now go Rook E7. Go Rook E7. If you get your rooks on 7, okay, Rook F4.
Yeah.
These very different moves.
Thank you, Arpit, for your super chat. Thank you so much. Queen goes back to D7.
Now Rook G. Okay, Rook C4. I like that each and every piece is protected, Sagar. I don't see that even black has an easy plan here.
Hey, look. See, this is hanging. Can you go Rook C8? But then I go B4. Pawn is pinned.
Wow. These little
inconveniences which you have to face, when you are having two rooks against a queen.
Yeah.
Down to 15 seconds, Artemiev is looking a lot.
This one is Anish is going to back.
But look at Artemiev's face, yeah. He is so calm. Check, King H2.
Oh, no perpetual this time. Please, no perpetual.
No, I think Artemiev will still try this position. Rook to C4 and now Rook E4. Oh, he didn't want to exchange the rooks. Queen D7 back.
Now if you go Rook C7. Okay, he first avoided the Queen D6 check. 7 seconds. Rook C8.
Oh my god. Anish has 20. Abhishek Bandia, thank you so much. A5 pawn push. And Anish is slowly pushing his pawns. Artemiev is like, yeah, I have the queen, but what do I do with it? Yeah, I don't understand. The queen is not doing its job.
Not every time you get such a position with the queen.
Yeah.
I love the way White is handling his rook.
I love it. It's not easy. Anish is doing a commendable job. But at some point, someone is going to blunder big time with just 4. And look at Anish managing his time, 18 seconds. And
he just played for the time.
He is smart. Rook knight joining in. Rook D2, knight E6. Man, check. Look at that knight jumping here and there. Oh, again a draw on the cards. Draw on the cards, guys. What a game. A great hold by Anish.
Most interesting position, and it becomes perpetual.
Yeah. Well, but still Artemiev leading 3.5, 2.5. I don't know who should be happier with this result, but I believe Anish definitely should be happy because he misplayed in the opening. This is now E4, E5, Knight C3, Bishop C4. We have the Vienna system.
Knight E4.
Queen H. Oh my god, there was the fool's mate like thing. Queen H5 and now Queen E7. By the way, Darshan Singhvi says Samay also defeated Botes in time odds. Fantastic.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Today is his day. He will be very happy.
Yeah. I don't know if he'd be very happy or sad, but definitely beating Botes is a good achievement for Samay. And also especially when he's going to lose in 4 days from now, 3 days from now. It's good that he's winning some games.
Yeah. Queens are exchanged here, Sagar. Already the G4, the D6 square is weak.
No, I think generally D5 we will come. I think black is very solid here.
Okay.
And Anish should be happy with his position. But Amruta, here when he played Bishop C4, Knight E4, I just want to show his analysis. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's called some kind of Frankenstein Dracula, something opening.
Frankenstein Dracula?
Yeah, it's like you play Queen H5, Knight D6, and actually the move is Bishop B3, then Knight here, then Knight B5, G6, Queen F3, F5, and then all of a sudden Queen comes here, threatening a mate once again, and it's a crazy line where you give up your rook on A, and then B6, and then you attack the white pieces. It's
my entire life not known or even imagine something like this existed in my chess career.
No, this is Frankenstein Dracula. Really? And then now they did not go for any Dracula kind of a stuff, and they started playing very safe chess. So that's why it's now what do you say? Dull. Frankenstein
I
dull.
love your knowledge. I love your knowledge that you knew about it. Even when you played d4, it's not easy to know about this. Knight f8. Okay, I think black will basically go for rook c8 and c5 break at some point. b6 and c5.
Yeah,
What kind of cup is Anish having? Yeah, very,
no
very
idea.
nice, very nice cup.
But he looks fresh. He looks fresh. It must be what 7:10 in Netherlands. So nice time to play. While in Russia, it's quite late in the night. What I'll do, guys, is I'll crop a bit of Artemiev from this side
Yeah, I did think it's not in
and
the same.
make him, because I thought he would go and on the other side and make Anish sort of kind of equal. Yeah, this looks good. Looks good. Give Artemiev some space here. Yep. Okay. Some imbalance has been created, but I think this is one of those positions where we'll have a long end game. White will say, I have the bishop pair, I should fight. Black will be like, oh, I'm very solid, look at these pawn weaknesses, I'm not going to allow you to win. And then they keep playing, then they come under time pressure, and then some threefold repetition.
Yeah, I think opposite color bishop is also a very big possibility.
Yeah, true.
But if black gets b6 and c5, Sagar, I think it's not going to be easy for white with his pawn on f5, which is going to be a weakness.
They say that when the opponent has bishop pair, you exchange one of the bishops. So that by that logic, I guess Artemiev may want to drop back his bishop, or he may even take, rook takes on e8, knight
Nice.
takes, and take the open file. That's what he may be thinking about.
Yeah. But the position is fine. Bishop g5.
Yeah,
I think black would be okay to get exchange on the double pawns on
yes,
f6.
yes. Then it's like a opposite colored
very,
bishop.
very dead draw.
King f8.
This is a much relaxed game in comparison to all the
I
earlier
think what
games.
Anish has a simple strategy. Play it safe with black, take your chances with white.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing, and it's a typical strategy for all good for all matches generally. And now he's exchanging even the rooks. White is saying, if you want to exchange, straighten my structure. Anish says no, that's not happening. I'm not going to allow you to do that.
Yeah. So he'll go bishop
I think
h4.
bishop h4. He'll keep the bishop. Oh, he takes draw.
So
That's like a draw.
yeah, it's like
It's a
already
draw
accepting
offer.
it.
Yeah, they took it. They took it. I think on one hand, Artemiev should be a little sad that he drew this game in
With
spite of being white. But on the other hand, he says, I'm a point up in this match. Let's see which opening. Oh, Scotch! Amruta Scotch!
let me see if I'm able to guess Anish's moves. Bishop c5, which variation? Ah, knight b3.
Say something quickly.
It's a new variation. It's popular. He'll go bishop e3. White will go bishop. Okay, go
Have
ahead.
you seen a5?
Yeah, of course. It's played.
Amruta loves
Bishop
to play the
e3.
Scotch, by the way, guys. I'm not joking. Every time people think all openings are your favorites, but no, see, guys. Scotch, Khan, these two, she plays a lot.
Yeah, but knight b4 is a very early move, and I think it's nice. Black is super prepared, I would say. Go long castle.
This might be one of the penultimate games in the 5+1 section. Because after this, there may not be enough time for another two games. So, one more game after this. Queen to f6. What's happening? What's happening? What if you go bishop e3? Bishop e3, bishop takes, and then c2 would have been soft.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so 97.
No, this is
Amruta,
fine.
by your all the understanding of Scotch,
Yeah.
do you think black has a comfortable position?
Yes, black has a comfortable position, I would say.
Why? But
because he's already got knight on b4, and he will get a good attack bishop. Yeah, exactly.
and
The
suddenly
pieces on queen side, knight on b3, c2 pawn, knight c2 tricky ideas. It's a little bit.
it's soft.
Yeah.
The position is
Yeah.
soft for black, for white's king.
Yes.
If Anish Giri manages to win this, then we may go into the last game in the 5+1 section with the scores tied at 4-4. That would be nice. That would be nice. But you know the thing about this entire tournament, Amrita, the format that they have is that they give equal weightage to 1+1 game and also equal weightage to 5+1 game. So
Actually, that's
let's
a
play.
good chance. If you are weak in one section, that's a good chance.
Yeah, yeah. Knight to c6.
Knight d5. Will white go knight d5? I don't like that the bishop on f1 right now is not developed, and that's the reason white should, white
Bishop on
usually
f1
gets.
is like that person in the local train who's been pushed to the side, and there's some fat man in front of his face.
Oh
This
God.
queen is not moving away, and this bishop can't develop, but he's pushing his pawn. He's creative. He's like, I want to activate the rook from this end. Maybe bishop h4 is
Yes,
the idea.
yes.
And now h5, knight takes c2, Amruta. Is this trick coming in the position? Let's
Knight c2,
analyze.
queen c2?
Let's analyze. Maybe there is knight c2, queen c2, knight to b4, and then this guy is hanging. Let's look at Anish's face.
Losing a pawn.
Anish has spotted that or not? He is thinking for his move, guys. Anish, oh, eyes closed. He will find it. He will find it. How many? Let's make a bet, Amruta.
Okay.
Anish will find knight takes c2.
Okay.
You say he won't find it, right?
Yes, I'm not sure.
Once he closes his eyes, he's thinking hard. I am sure he's going to find it.
What if you lose the
All AG fans in the chat, do you think Anish will find this move or not? What do you think? What do you think? What is your opinion? This is Anish is thinking. He knows he has a chance, so that's why he is thinking here. Oh, by the way, guys, I have
frozen or what?
Amruta,
Yeah.
I have made a huge mistake.
What?
I have made a huge mistake. Artemiev is black. Anish is white.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay. So basically, Artemiev had to find knight takes c2.
Oh.
Yeah. Now Anish basically closing his eyes means that, oh sorry, that means Artemiev is winning. Sorry guys for that
Not winning immediately.
No, it's just better, sure. Amruta. Clearly, knight is hanging. If you take
Don't
knight
take,
b4,
don't take.
Sorry guys.
55. The whole game you were thinking that Anish is black.
Yeah. I thought, but Anish playing the Scotch, I could never imagine. I was like, no, Anish will never play the Scotch.
Yeah, what I like about this match is that every game we have a new opening. It's wonderful.
That's nice. Yeah, it's not like those games where same opening gets played in every game in those matches. True. So
Anish is white.
Sorry guys for confusing you. I was under the impression that Anish could never play the Scotch.
Everybody got confused. Okay, it happens, guys. Oh well. Chalo, good. Let's move on. Queen h6.
Okay, now Amruta, maybe there's some chance. Take knight b4, and I play queen d2, offering an exchange of queens. If you take the queen, then I save my knight. So you may have to take on b3, and then I take your queen on h6. So a variation.
Structure.
Yeah, a variation here. Like queen c2, knight d4,
like
queen d1, queen d2. Bishop b3, at least some hope for Anish with some shattered structure, but it looks good for black, clearly.
No, but a lot of tricks are possible there, right? Bishop f6, rook, maybe you can get to d3 at some point. That's his best chance right now. As I said, Sagar, in
Mohit Bhatt says Scotch ka asar hai Sagar bhai. Yeah, I believe that this opening confused me completely.
Yeah. Queen h6. Okay, so right now white can go knight d5 as well. I prefer that move somehow. Knight d5, bishop takes d5.
Anish now thinking hard, Amruta, because if he loses this game, he will have a 2-point deficit. That's a lot.
What an opening preparation we are seeing by
Artemiev.
in general in the games, it's very, very high quality, super high
I
quality.
agree.
And Artemiev has played fantastically this opening.
Yes. No, I
Absolutely.
guys, if I have to learn something from this, Amruta always plays the Scotch, and I'm going to study this carefully and play it against her
Yeah, I think.
with black.
Okay, but there I know already what improvements I'll go for.
Really? Okay. Queen h6, and now Anish thinking, taking his time. This time he no longer looks like last time. I was like, will Anish find knight c2? Will he find? That was not. He was actually hoping that Artemiev doesn't find it, but Artemiev did, and now Anish going all the way down to 1 minute 14 seconds.
Yeah, I think he's been thinking for more than 2 minutes.
He took-
and he
he
chose
took-
Queen C2.
and
Means he's gonna go Queen D2. Your variation right now.
Yes.
This is his best chance because when the king is weak, I think whenever
Look,
you
look,
fall
Amruta.
down,
If you take the rook, check,
Bishop
king h8 and mate. I don't think Artemiev will fall for it.
obviously he will not.
He won't.
Obviously.
He won't. Maybe f5 is what Artemiev will play to make space. But now this bishop is opened up.
Rook.
f5.
But
Nice
right now,
move.
where you will go with the rook? Rook E1, rook C1,
Yeah, rook e1 perhaps.
or rook.
I love black's pieces. You know, they are so active. The rook is coming in. The rook has opened up on the f file. Just a dream position. Also, you're a pawn up.
You have to be careful with the b3 bishop and any discovered attack.
Yeah.
So rook c1 with the idea of knight b5 is, some threats are there.
Knight b5.
No, rook c1 with the idea of at some point. Yeah, knight c7.
Possible. Possible. Once
But
again,
37 seconds is too less for this
yes,
position.
yes.
Rook
Anish
d2.
plays rook d2 and just moves back. I think that is his expression of like, I don't like my position. I just don't. It's not the best. I agree. And look at Artemiev. He's taking no time. He's very quick. 1 minute 35 seconds. Anish plays bishop b5, hoping that c6 would be played, and at some point he can create a weakness on the d6 pawn. But let's see. I think c6 has to be played anyway.
Yeah. Otherwise, knight c6.
No. Let's go c6. Let's go c6. Artemiev thinking now. He has a lot of time. 1 minute 12 seconds.
For c6, where will you take your bishop back?
Oh, well, generally I think bishop e2.
Okay, c6.
I think the main point is that Anish is hoping that d6 becomes slightly weak. Or maybe he's threatening to take. Oh, he took. Tricky.
b5, rook
If you
takes.
take the bishop, he wants to take this guy. Are we going to witness another some twist in the tail here? Is this going to be Anish's game somehow? Because the one game that he won, he was completely losing.
Yeah.
I guess Artemiev gets a bit nervous when he's better or winning. You can already sense that, yeah? He's thinking a lot for his moves. Last move took 34 seconds to play, and maybe now he's once again taking a lot of time, coming close to Anish's time.
He is really nervous.
Bishop to c7 is played. Rook d7. Now Anish moving quickly. Guys, are we going to witness a twist? A twist here. Now bishop e5. Anish saves his bishop.
Bishop e7 can be a threat.
It's a crazy board. Pieces are lying around.
But he has got a very dynamic position here.
Take on b7. Take on b7. And now Artemiev has to think. A check.
King c1. Bishop f4.
Yeah, king a1. King a1. Save. Save. Bishop d3. Avoid the exchange. Yes. Very cool. Anish is playing very cool. Now he's ahead on time. Look at that guy's time. 10 seconds. Rook to king h8.
What to play now? 7-6.
Arey Anish, find a move. Rook h1. Bishop d4. f3 has been played. And now e3. Pawn push. Starts pushing his pawn. Anish blocks it. Bishop goes back. He's on full defensive mode. Rook b8. Now black's position suddenly much easier to play. Bishop e2. Bishop e2. Oh, that's a blunder. Because now after takes and knight c2, knight d4.
Why is it a blunder?
Somehow he defended it.
It's still okay. Bishop e4.
He snatches a pawn, but the black king is getting activated.
Play bishop e4, rook e3. King.
And now the king is coming in. Oh my god.
Okay.
d3, c5, and this knight and the king. All of this combined, and he blunders an exchange. Beautiful control by Artemiev towards the end. I don't think that this is possible
No,
to save.
this is very difficult.
Yeah, this is lost. B3, B3. Ooh, somehow, can Anish save this?
Yeah, with 5 seconds, like a fortress if he gets
No,
anything.
I don't think it's a fortress. Because in the last worst case, you can always break with c4. Yeah, that's what he does. That's what he does. And now cb3 and the pawn push. Ooh, Artemiev, 2 points edge. Anish says, okay, one more game, guys. Let's go, let's go. This time Anish has black pieces. C4. English opening.
Opening on the board.
Last
Your
game.
opening, Sagar.
Last game in the 5+1 section, guys. Anish needs a win now. 2-point deficit. We have the reversed dragon. No, e3. He didn't play g3. He played the e3 move, and now it's going to be
a reverse Kevin engine.
Reversed hedgehog, perhaps.
It's Kevin engine.
Yeah. G6.
One move down. Bishop g2. Yeah.
Vlad is playing phenomenally well, guys. Anish has his task cut out, but we have seen that Vlad is not unbeatable here. He did make mistakes when he was winning in one of the games. So 5+1 just seems.
And you observed a very good weakness that when he's winning, he gets more nervous than a normal position.
Yeah, but look at his face, yeah, Amruta.
Yeah.
No emotions, yeah, very sharp, very sharp.
Yeah.
While Anish is more sort of, I don't like my position. Or maybe we just know him better. So we know that, okay, now he's uncomfortable, perhaps.
Nice. Yeah.
Black's position looks good. If Black can get in A4 and Bishop B3, that would be nice to get in.
A very typical position, Sagar. Reverse Sicilian. Absolutely.
I like how Anish has managed to develop all his pieces, and then he can go Queen D7. Maybe Rook goes to D8. Put some pressure here. He has other ideas like F5 going here. A4 is another.
Yeah, I think your A4
let's go A4. Yeah, he pushes it. And now, Amruta, do we have some tricks with knight d4, ed4, ed4? But there's a square here. But that sometimes works to trap the bishop.
Knight a5.
I was worried the knight b3. And then the queen is attacked by the rook, and the knight attacks the rook on c1. So Anish is saying, give me the b3 square. I love it. That's a nice weakness. So
it's a very comfortable position for black then, I would say.
Oh, people in the chat already beginning with the take my energy symbol. Guys, maybe a bit too soon. Who knows? Maybe Anish needs that right now. Queen to c2 and just c6. Yeah, save this pawn. And then we put our knight here. Like it. ChessBase India board sound lag. There is a board sound lag. Okay, maybe I'll try to refresh it before in the 3+1 section. I think the tuck sound is coming later. This will fix it, guys. Let me know in a few seconds if that is fixed or not. Oh, everyone, take my energy to Anish. Anish, what is Anish's symbol? Is he getting your energy, guys? Yeah, look at him focused, blinking a lot. Yeah, Anish is also blinking a lot. Amrita, we need to decode this blinking thing of chess players.
How much do you blink, Sagar? Usually, like
I don't know.
What's the average a human blinks? It depends on that. But sometimes you also have
Bishop d1. No, that's not a move that Artemiev would be too happy making. Now it's knight b3.
Isn't the d3 pawn too weak, Sagar? So why not to just double on d5? Okay, first knight b3 played, bishop takes. Queen e2. Bishop
Yeah, now just
You
take.
want to exchange the bishop?
I'm thinking come back because
Yeah.
bishop is awkward.
Exactly, and come back and then double on the d file.
Yeah.
The d3 pawn is a super weakness.
Because if you just take, he takes with the
No,
F
it,
rook
yeah, it
and then.
releases the tension. That will release the tension.
I'm sure
Don't
Anish
take.
understands all these little intricacies.
Yeah.
Time's up, guys. Time's up. But it means that still this section continues.
So Sagar, the key decisions are which pieces are to be exchanged, which pieces are to be retained, and this is what I
This
think.
is what world class players
yeah,
do easily.
yeah.
You know, they are like, yeah, bishops not to be exchanged. I think Anish was only thinking whether e6 or d5.
Yeah, I agree. But bishop on d5, that's I would not consider that. So what could be the possibility?
I don't know. He's just trying to provoke e4 and then come back. And he just says my bishop is much better here.
Yeah.
And now perhaps f5. Shall we
F5,
attack?
you don't want to play f5, right?
Why?
Because all this while you have not played that.
I was busy trying to get this weakness.
Okay.
And now queen d7, rook e1. You know, Amruta, there's a good idea of playing b6 and c5 to fix this weakness.
Now you're getting to the Maroczy structure and it plays.
Anish plays it and now come back and next move, c5 and then make this pawn weak and slowly we'll attack. And you know, knights would have been fine and there are no knights here.
Exactly.
So these weaknesses become even more visible. Guys, so much of your energy is being sent to Anish. It seems like he is getting all of it. He is playing very well. Queen to e3.
What is white going to try?
I don't know. Maybe f4 at some point at the right moment if he can get that break in.
G4. Not good. It's a desperate attempt.
Cannot be good. Cannot be good.
Just take.
Then, and then if you can get f6, g5, king f. Oh, he takes with the bishop. This pawn is weak, Amruta. I don't like this entire thing, what he has done.
Anyway, play f6. Okay, this is also fine. King g7, rook h8.
Oh, classy play by Anish.
I love the way he's played in this game.
Yeah. Very solid. But you know, I think Amruta it's, I wouldn't say cheating, but it's some kind of unfair thing.
Why?
So many people giving energy to Anish is like, guys, you are amazing. All of you sending so much love.
All 7,000 of you are amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Too good. And now rook to h1. Let's put our rook on h8. So then rook h6. Then rook.
That's what I'm going to ask. You plan to double on h file, or do you plan? You need your one rook to attack the d3 pawn.
No. Let's go.
You're ignoring d3 pawn.
Maybe Amruta, it's not a bad idea to go rook d8. Ask the question: who's taking care of this guy?
Or you going to go for b5, b4? So many tempting options for black.
I'm worried now with f4. I'm now worried with f4.
Bishop g4 if f4. Now f4 is a possibility because I can't play bishop takes g4.
Yeah, and then this was a tactic that Anish had to be careful about. And now if Artemiev finds f4, guys, it's going to be tough. He's found it. He finds that one. Yeah. No. He's an amazing player, and he doesn't give chance to his opponent. And now if you take on f4, I'll first take on f6 with a check. And then my rook takes on f4 and your king is in trouble.
No, if I go king g7, rook f7 checks.
Yes, and you're going to lose the queen. Ooh. What to do? f4. And now Anish is thinking he has time on the clock, but he's just gone back on his chair. He doesn't like what has just transpired. And that's the nature of blitz, guys. The moment you lose your control, the opponent just takes over. And now f4 is not just one of those moves where you are like, oh, I have hundreds of choices. Suddenly, you know the variation that Amruta just now mentioned. For example, bishop takes f6, king takes, check, king g7, and suddenly you lose the queen here. So it's these little tactics which you have to be aware of. And now queen to d7. Why not f5? Push. Let's push on in the position.
f5 gf5. If you play ef5, bishop d5 check.
Yeah, Sarvanan does mention that in that line king could go to e7. That is true. That could have been a possibility. But now with f5 coming in and this attack down the g file, this looks very scary. I don't want to take with the e pawn. There was bishop d5 check, so he takes with the bishop. There's a check now. King f8. Let's move the king away from here.
The idea of rook g8, maybe Sagar, it's not as even white is in a risk.
Yeah, takes on
Queen
e6.
e6
Now
is the
queen e6.
forced.
But look at this Amruta. Whoa, Artemiev, guys. He is so good. He's so good. There's no time for rook g8.
And queen d2. Do I have a perpetual there?
No, just queen f2 back. This is just so good. He's tactically so alert. I'm just worried that if in 5+1 he's so sharp, what will happen in 3+1? What will happen in 1+1? Will Anish get under a huge trouble, or
Queen h6.
takes check? He played that line, by the way. He's trying to look for hope in the rook endgame.
Yeah, queen.
But check. No, maybe not. Maybe not.
Perpetuals.
No, just king h2.
King h2.
Yeah, I think king h2 should
But white's king is not as safe as black's. Sorry, white's king is more exposed.
Both kings are slightly exposed. But now, yeah, king h2 looks good.
Artemiev, it's not easy. This is not easy.
Hold down to a queen e5 check.
Okay.
Queen b2. Take that pawn. Take the b2 pawn.
p2 is too far away for 9 seconds. I don't know.
Take it, Anish. What are you thinking? Oh, six.
Okay, queen h5. Okay, fine.
King to e6.
King is much active here. Go b5, b4.
Yeah. Rook to d8. Now attacking the d3 pawn. The rook will swing over.
Rook d3 check, rook b3, rook b2, and b4. There's still good chance.
There's a good chance for a draw. There's definitely chance for a draw. But Amruta, when you're 2 points down in the match and you have to defend this pawn down endgame, it's never easy.
This seems something very theoretical.
Rook h2, king h6.
And then rook b3.
Rook b3 and a3. Yeah.
Or pass a3.
Draw, guys. Draw. Anish has managed to save it, but I think Artemiev will be so happy with this 5+1 section. Both players take a break now. I think just to show you guys here, the scores are 5.5, 3.5 in the favor of Artemiev. Anish immediately moves away. I think he will go and refill himself, maybe get something to eat. Artemiev just sitting there. Is he playing some practice games?
No, I think he might be checking the opening right now. That's what I feel.
Yeah. You can see his background there. He's looking at some of the games.
Yeah.
Amruta, when we met Artemiev at the World Cup and also later on, he seemed such a nice guy. Always straightforward. He came to the tournament with his sister once in 2017. And he was always very courteous. He would greet us very well. Such a wonderful person. And today he's showing his full flow. Does anyone know what is the break like? Oh, he gets up. He's like, okay, enough of checking. And he moves away from his chair here.
Yes, AG for comeback. Definitely. There's a good chance because there's right now the moods are going to change. The time is going to change. It's going to be a very refreshing thing.
3+1, Amrita. If 5+1 was so intense and so tough, 3+1 is going to get even tougher with Artemiev spotting all the little tactics in the games. He's giving up nothing.
He takes every little chance, but he's also missing things. Like when he has a better position. I don't see that whenever he's in a bad position and he gets that chance, he's not missing that.
Yeah.
It's very different, if you look at it.
Anish now has to find ways to make a comeback. He's 2 points down in the match. Anyone who knows how much time is it going to be this break? Please let us know.
Yeah.
I believe it will be something like 3 to 4 minutes.
I have no idea, but
We should take
if you
some
want to
time.
take some break, if you want to breathe, Sagar.
Analyze the game, says people. Guys, do you want to check the games? Do you want to see what happened in some of the games? Maybe we can have a look at that.
What I'm interested in for 3 minutes, what kind of openings are going to pop up. And for 1 minute, I cannot imagine if Anish comes with any surprises. Yeah, crazy surprises for bullet chess.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 1 minute will be crazy. But it's only half an hour, yeah? It's only half an hour.
Sure.
Let's just check a few games, guys, in the break. Let me see if I can pull up some of the games. Um let's keep this as it is. And
Or maybe you could show some reference, some opening which we already remember if you want to check.
no, I think it's possible to just click on a player here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, those are not the games. These are all analysis. Just can click on Anish, go to his, yeah, go to his profile, and we can check some of the games here. I think one of the games which was very interesting, guys, was this one. Uh, there were some, I think they played what, 8 games, 9 games in this time.
Yeah. I think except for one game which ended in a very quick draw, every game was interesting.
This one, Amruta, this one. This is
Yeah,
my favorite game from this entire thing. It was a close Sicilian, and Anish played his knight to d4, pushed the pawn to b5, takes knight e7, castles, and White launched a beautiful attack. I think here came the mistake. He had to take with the knight so that this could be exchanged, but he took here with the pawn, and then monster here. He took. Maybe let me just. I guess the games are about to begin. Both the players are back.
Both seem
So
very
so
ready.
so let's go back, guys. Let's go back. There's not much time to check all these games. Okay, game started. It's not a great idea to go and check these games. Follow.
Yes, we are adjusting the board.
I don't think the games have begun yet.
Yeah. So they are right now just, I think, thinking what opening they will be playing and
I don't know.
what style. Who will be white right now? You don't know?
Well, it will be 1 hour of 3+1.
Okay.
So there will be a lot of games that will happen.
So this one we can change.
Yeah, it will be changed automatically.
Okay.
Guys, what do you think in 1 hour, if 3+1, let's say each game lasts for around 8 minutes, that means that we would see at least 8 games of 3+1. What do you think will be the score in 8 games? I am thinking it will be 4-4. What do you think, Amrita?
Yeah, I'm
Also want to know the chat.
Similar. 4-4.
4-4.
So chat, what's your opinion? 8-0 not possible. Come on. 4-4. 5-3. 4-4. It's something like 4-4, 5-3, and 6-2 we have mainly.
I think Anish needs, if he wants to equalize the score, then 5-3.
Yeah. No, but everybody is singing 5-3 in Artemiev's favor.
Oh, really? Yeah, let's see. 4.5, 3.5 looks likely. I believe that Artemiev is the stronger player in 3+1. As the time starts getting shorter, he starts getting stronger. But Anish is such a world-class player. You never know when he will start to transform himself and play at altogether a different level.
So, Sagar, who is the coach of Artemiev? Do you know, or how is it, or do they work together?
I don't know. I don't know. He's been part of the Russian team. Like, I know that Potkin works with Nepomniachtchi, but I don't. Artemiev has someone who is dedicatedly working with him. Not sure. Now the time is set again, 1 hour on the clock. As we can see on the right, it's set back to 1 hour. The games will begin any moment. And Amruta, you can talk with the chat. I'll be just back in a second.
Sure, sure. So 5,000 people, I hope you are enjoying this analysis. It's a little, you can say, more towards intermediate and so many new openings, and we are talking a lot of chess, but really such interesting games, and it's not so easy to, not talk about the deep variations. So let's have fun with chess, as I will say. So these people are playing continuously. They have to be very careful with their stamina, the food, the drinks. At the same time, I think Sagar is trying the same thing to take care. Maybe he's hungry. The 3.5 kg race has begun, but day one was not the best, as I can tell you guys. I particularly liked the opening, I think, in this last series of games. I would say what Anish played in the last game, where he got a reverse Sicilian, very comfortable with black. I think that was amazing play. Also, the rook endgame, where it was a draw, the technique. If you guys are seriously working on chess, I would definitely ask you to study those endgames more, a little bit more. They are always tricky. How many ever times you look at them in practical play with less time and pressure, it's not easy. Yeah.
Oh, game has begun. What a timing, Amruta. I just came, the game started. Maybe they were waiting for
And
me.
did you eat something? What?
Yeah. Sorry.
Tricky guy.
Do you want to eat something?
No. What's this opening?
Scotch! Scotch again.
Bishop b4, knight b3. Okay.
This time, Artemiev changes his move order. Last time he had played bishop back to b6.
Yes.
This time,
but even if he won, he's not changing, yeah? He's not changing the line.
Who?
He's not repeating the moves.
Yeah. But Anish playing the Scotch again is slightly. I don't know why he's going for the Scotch. Maybe he feels that is the right way to play.
Yeah.
Knight to f3, bishop goes back. I like white's position, yeah, Amruta?
I would say so. The only thing is the bishop on c1 will develop where? Because bishop e3 means knight g4 is irritating. So bishop d2, rook a1, maybe first he will go with the simple development.
Yeah, space advantage. And guys, suddenly, it's all about 2 minutes less in each game.
Now e4 is hanging, so white will need to go rook e1 because e4 is hanging.
Yeah, possible.
It's 3 minutes. I was just thinking right now, Sagar, where did you think for 2.5 minutes? Then I realized.
Anish always says that to change the time control is often very difficult. Like you've been playing 5 minutes and all of a sudden you have to shift to 3 minutes. It's not at all easy.
Yeah. But this knight on d2, Sagar, I don't like that the development is going to be delayed.
Yeah.
Anyway, rook on e1.
I don't know why Anish had to do this. He could have just played rook e1 straight away.
Yeah, even now you go knight f1.
Yeah. And bishop
d2.
Yeah.
Knight g3, f5. I still like white's position. Yes.
But black structure doesn't have too many weaknesses. He's a little bit cramped, but it's like one of those positions where you have no weaknesses and you want to counter attack.
I agree. Just go queen f2. No. Is he losing the pawn on e4?
No. Knight e4, just rook e4.
Rook e4. Queen on himself. Yes.
Artemiev, very solid, very solid. H3, Anish says, give me those bishops. I want the bishop pair.
Again a decision. Whether you'll go back or whether you'll capture the knight.
I think you should take. The main thing is that black doesn't have space in the position. So the more pieces you keep on the board, the worse it is for you. So take.
Nice. This is just simple bishop d2 and
knight d5.
you know d5 should be the normal idea for black, but I don't see a way that you can go d5. So it's very comfortable for white. Why bishop c2?
Just I think against knight c5 attacking the bishop.
Okay.
Anish's play hasn't been very convincing, to tell you the truth, until now. He's not found his stride in this match.
d5. Look, another this kind of a thing now. What? Knight e5? No, I don't think it can be enough. It's a desperate
he has to find this move. Queen e3. It's the only move, because if you go queen f2,
knight f3 check.
Knight f3 check. So there's this
So what
only
is
move.
queen e3? Ah, it's supported.
Now if you take knight f3, I'll just take with the
but
pawn.
for queen e3, even if black moves his queen somewhere,
Then I move my queen. It's crazy.
It's
very difficult. He has to find queen e3. Will Anish be able to find queen e3? He has 1 minute 14 seconds. Look at that. Very sharp eye. He has his complete focus on the position.
Yeah, only moves are in blitz.
Again, critical position. Amruta, he understands it's critical.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just don't have enough time to find them. He knows this is the moment he has to think. Yeah, he sees queen g3, but now knight f3. He didn't find queen. Maybe queen e3 was the best. But now black is doing very well, you know, in this position. Just queen e2, exchange the queens, and he has two pawns and a rook for 2 pieces.
Yeah. Again, this d5 move, Sagar, one chance and he takes it.
Yeah, but I mean, objectively not the best move. But practically in a 3-minute game, very good decision. Now bishop e3. Anish is saying, look, or bishop f4. I have the bishop pair. I have 2 pieces. Yes, you have 2 pawns, but they are not running anywhere right now.
But don't exchange the bishops. Yeah, you keep the dark square bishops because it's
He keeps them.
That's
he keeps them.
d4.
Black is trying to open up the position for his rooks. If more open files, the rook feel freer. Takes. Now if bishop takes, you just take with the rook.
But queen takes b7, is it possible? Queen e2. Looks risky.
Yeah, looks risky to just put your queen all the way there.
Yeah, better to put a pressure on f7. I like that. If white gets his knight on f6, which is not so easy though, but that can again be a good idea. Yeah. Knight g3, you have to go.
I mean, sorry, knight g3 too. But it's difficult to reach here.
It's difficult, but first of all, after knight on g3 controls the e2, and then you get your rook on f1, you put pressure here, and
Optimist Amruta is back. Optimist Amruta. I'll just play king g7 and f5. Ooh, rook to e4.
Knight g3. Go knight g3.
Yeah, perhaps.
Rook e3.
Knight g3. Also, I can exchange. You know, Amruta, if I can exchange rooks and queens and just play against rook versus knight and bishop, would be good chances for black, because then the extra pawns might become very critical. Rook e3 now. Yeah, he played it. Now rook e1. That's exactly the thing. Now you will have to exchange. Rook takes, queen takes, queen takes, rook takes. And that endgame, dear friends, is going to be very bad for Anish, because he's also losing the b2 pawn. It's not just that he's lost his third pawn, and he knows he has to play quickly. He's playing fast now, but
9 seconds and 17 seconds, what are we looking at?
No, Amruta, this time, this is not going to be different. Artemiev's moves are so simple. Guys, this is the point where the 2 pieces are just powerless against the rook. They don't have any outposts to put themselves on, and the rook and the pawns are just rolling forward. You take place a. No, if you take, there was a3. So now rook e2 b2. And the pawn, he loses a piece.
Nice.
Amruta, again a great game. Where is Artemiev's weakness? Guys, show me the weakness. How to beat this guy? Monster. And now he's playing this Jobawa system every game against opening.
That's
He's playing English. He's playing this. He's playing that. I just don't understand. G4. And now take free pawn. No, he's like, no, it's not a free pawn. Rook G1 and could have attacked down the G5. So that's why he didn't take it.
Go bishop D6. Acha, no, not even exchanging.
Either Anish fights back now or he sees the match going away. 3 points edge. Too much.
But I don't like this very much for white. Sagar, C5 and the C5, knight C6. Black should try to open the center.
Yeah, now he'll go C5.
Yeah. 90. Oh, that's fast.
It's coming in with the queen. Bishop D3. He's attacking. Crazy.
Yeah.
Just put the bishop here, looking at this pawn with the queen.
G6, is it forced now?
Not really, not really. I mean, black is completely fine. But it's this intimidating moves. You bring your queen here, you ask black, and look.
Knight
Anish is slightly tensed. But he's going to bring his knight.
Knight sits on F8 and bishop D6 and E5. But now white will simply...
So you are saying like Anish is taking care of his problems. It's like a person takes care of all his issues first with knight F8, his king, safety and everything. And then he goes on the counter attack.
Again, everybody is giving him energy, but let's see.
Artemiev is looking very strong, guys. I have not seen a game until now where Artemiev has blundered big time, except for that one game where Anish made a brilliant comeback. But apart from that, Artemiev has looked so solid. But this is the game where Anish can take his chances, because here it seems like white has slightly overextended. His king is in the center. He may have to long castle, but then the queen swoops in. The d4 pawn looks weak.
He long castle.
He did long castle. And Amruta.
Go B5. Yes. Now B4. Black's attack is much stronger, Sagar.
Why? You know, Amruta, why?
Why?
Hook. This is a hook. And when you get a hook, you latch onto it. You play B4. You open lines against...
Nice. Great explanation.
Now B4. No time to take this pawn. It's push. Push, push. Yeah. That's the thing. B4. Is he going to play that? Is Anish going to play B4? Yes.
He played B4. Wonderful.
Yes,
I think this time he's not going to give a chance.
Knight to
Queen A5 is a danger.
And now if King B1, guys, Queen jumps in, the Rook comes in. No, the Rook cannot come in. The Bishop controls this one. Be careful. Queen A5. Let's go. We don't care. Yes. He's played Queen A5. Check in the air. B2 pawn hanging. What is Artemiev going to do?
King B1 is forced.
Look at AG look. He has this look, that no nonsense look. We're going to beat this guy. And Artemiev slightly worried now. Blinking a lot. But where to move? What to move? You know, if he plays King B1. Now just pick up this pawn with the bishop or the knight. Both look tempting. What to pick it up with? He takes it with the knight.
Knights. The closer they are to the king, more dangerous.
Yes. All these pieces are now... and you see the queen, which landed here many moves ago, is suddenly regretting her decision. What am I doing here all alone? My king, his majesty is in trouble and I need to be there. Too late, dear queen. This game seems like gone. Queen, she comes back, but now bishop e6 and d4. Again, launching an attack here. Yes. The moves are just easy, yeah. Black's moves are like, next move, bring the rook, push the pawn, knight will jump in, bishop will jump in.
Also time.
Yeah, 1 minute. This is such a dominating victory. If it happens for Anish,
it will.
Bishop f5 now. Just attack this pawn. It's impossible to defend it.
Otherwise also...
Amruta, look at this variation. I have spotted a brilliant variation for Anish. If you go here, knight d4, knight b3. And if you take on b3, c2 is hanging, otherwise queen a1 is a mate.
But is it so easy, Sagar?
He played it.
He played?
He
It's
played it. Yes, he played it.
Wow.
This is Anish in form. What a finish.
Queen a1, queen b2 check.
Maybe knight b1, so yeah, he plays it.
Rook
He
c8, rook c8.
Bishop b1, rook a c8. What a
Wonderful. Sagar, you said that. Will you see that? Will you show that?
unbelievable, yeah. So very
So easy.
beautiful. It shows Anish is not in a bad form, guys. To see that, to spot that very quickly was too nice.
Yeah, especially
And now rook c8.
bishop again.
Amruta, look at this. Oh, he takes on a2. Okay.
That's fine. This is winning anyway.
Take care, take care, take care. Yeah, and he's won it. What a win, guys. What a win. This was
A masterpiece.
a very good game. Very good
Scotch
game.
again. Show me the boards again.
Scotch.
Knight b3, bishop b4, c3.
I think Anish did get a good position.
He will get the same one because he got a good position. And we can see we have repeated so many moves. Huh? It's not a new variation.
Yeah. Queen c2 now was played last time, but Anish is thinking, can I go e5 straight on? No, doesn't do that.
Now I like if I would like
All the energy worked, yeah, in the chat.
He improved. He already improved.
Anish is like, oh, I had played knight d2 last time. What the heck was I doing? I need to do good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Rook e1 is good stuff here. Rook e1. And by the way, guys, all in the chat, very, very strong play by Anish. He spotted all these nice maneuvers in the position.
And the way he beat Artemiev, even Artemiev couldn't beat Anish any game in that way.
Yeah, I agree. The last game was a thorough domination, and the score is now 6.5, 4.5, 2 points difference in the match. Knight goes to d4, bishop g7, and slowly, I think Anish is going to put his queen to f2, slide it over to h4, maybe push f5, open up the bishop, then jump with the knight. That's the plan, I guess.
Yeah.
But now bishop e3, I'm a little bit.
Yeah.
So what's
Knight
the of knight g4? Does that not worry Anish?
Just go bishop d2 back.
Maybe.
And then he'll go h3.
But now bg4, queen f2. Anyway, I want to go with my queen there. No? Or that doesn't work. Is there some kind of a tactic?
Oh, knight e4 will that time.
Yeah. The e4 pawn was hanging. By the way, why was it the e4 pawn hanging on the last move? Because here, can you take this?
Just bishop
e4, queen e4, and look at this nice tactic, guys. Bishop f2, and now the queen is attacked. You take here,
skewer,
check, and once you block it, I take back, and I'm a rook up.
Wow.
Tactics, nice tactics.
Yeah, knight takes d4. This is
Artemiev trying to get back some space in the position. I think this line of the Scotch, Amruta, although passive for black, looks nice, no? You're a little bit passive and then you push and you somehow hit back white's overextended position sometimes.
I don't like it too much from black, but the structure seems good for white, Sagar.
Yeah.
Don't you think so?
I mean, structurally it's good for white, but black has all these counter-attacking options like c4, d5. So Anish has to be careful. And in a blitz game, it always is good to have sometimes less space, but more ways to attack.
True. But you see, when after c5, this has been committal. And if white will get his knight to e3, somehow this, no?
Yeah, it takes too much time. And black can attack on e4. He has ideas like d5 break. I don't think there is time enough for this. Also, Amruta, just this idea is very strong.
He played bishop d7.
He played it. Guys, Artemiev, just for this very nice maneuver, Artemiev, tremendous. He's playing tremendously. And Anish, once again, I think slightly in trouble. I mean, the position is around equal, but the flow of the game is moving towards black now. Bishop c6, attacks e4. All of white pieces slightly passive.
Yeah, the question is, where do you want your pieces? Where do you want your bishop, which is on f2? I mean, of course, you want to improve your pieces, right?
Yeah, I want to put my bishop on h4, but
Knight.
then I don't want to take it for this guy.
Then it does nothing there, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole problem.
Yeah, and now Artemiev puts it here, keeps the pressure. He may go rook e7 and rook e8.
You need the knight on d5 somehow.
c4 weakens this square.
No, black can't reach there.
Maybe after some moves. I'm looking at knight h5 and attacking f4. Does that make any sense?
Maybe white, if he tries to go something like rook d1, f5, I'm not liking it too much. But something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
He will have to go dynamic. Yeah, he will have to play
Bishop
dynamic.
h6. He attacks f4.
Okay, f5. Yeah, it has to.
No,
be
but you know, Amruta, it just means knight g4, knight e5, and the knight sits there like a boss.
Shifting your bishop on d3 to be a bad bishop, and then you are going for the dark squares.
I think Anish, just the Scotch doesn't suit Anish's style. Scotch is like, you know, it suits player like Amruta. You just push their pawns without any worry. They have no conscience. They are like, weaknesses, we don't care. But Anish is like this guy who likes to take care of
So
this.
the difference is that Anish is playing at a top level, so if he will, you know, he has to play very accurately.
His opponents are too strong. And also, Amruta, the one thing that is working out for Anish in these unconventional positions is the time edge.
Yeah.
He's getting a small time edge. Now he has 40 seconds as compared to Artemiev's 22. But not an easy move to find here. What to play? If you go knight f3, maybe that's the plan.
Yeah, when the pawn is on f5, Sagar, it's always a little bit scary. At any point of time, it goes f6 and...
Yeah, but here white's pieces are not coordinating so well. Look at this bishop here doing nothing much, and Anish is now going all the way down to 15 seconds. He is a bit confused here. He brings his rook, and then queen h4. Black is coming in, and bishop e4 is hanging. Oh, it takes with the queen. Just blundered a pawn there. But I think already the position is very difficult.
No, he's not getting that.
Yeah, very difficult position.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Scotch doesn't suit.
Yeah. You couldn't take this pawn because g2 was hanging. Now d6 is weak, but maybe he just protects it. And now next f5 maybe. Bishop f4.
Bishop g3.
Yeah, bg3 attacks here. Very nice. Artemiev once again, he lost the last game, but he's making a comeback now. I think the game is lost for Anish. But some counterplay. He wins back a pawn. And now the material is even. Take. Let's go into an endgame or
perpetual or what?
No, I don't think Artemiev would be okay with a draw. Yeah, he pushes the pawn. He's like, I'll still try. But the position is now no longer so great. And look at how how black is repeating twice.
Yeah.
And then making a different
move. Bishop e2, bishop f3. This bishop endgame is better for black, of course.
Yeah, because all the pawns are on the same color as the bishop.
Bishop d5 is going to be pretty strong.
Yeah. Rook d2. Yeah. And now finally the rooks are exchanged.
Rook exchange means better for black, yeah?
Yeah, but how much? This is really bad. First of all, you have pawns on the same color as the bishop.
Yeah,
secondly, the king is so active. Yeah, pawn endgames are so difficult to assess. A3 and now A5. Anish is like, yes, I have all these weak pawns.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. There's no way to break through.
Is it a fortress? It's a draw.
Anish, look at Anish. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. I mean,
That's
Artemiev little bit upset with him. Look, small
Yeah,
little look on his face.
that much is big upset in that sense.
Yeah. And Anish was like, "Thank you, Artemiev. Just what I needed."
He
In
was
a
so relaxed. Anish was so relaxed.
Yeah, Anish Paruvada says, "All the best, Anish. I've been binging his videos a lot because he's funny and smart. Fingers crossed." Absolutely. No one more funny and smarter than Anish, yeah, in top level chess. And now e4. And Anish playing with the black pieces. This is the King's Indian attack, but started off with b3. It's like a double fianchetto system.
The bishop and h7 is very different, Sagar.
It's just looking at this diagonal, putting pressure on the center. Black's position is very rock solid, if you say
think
so. Yeah. This is quite a well-known way to play.
Okay.
And it leads to equalish positions, but with a long maneuvering struggle where the side who plays the best can win. Yeah, flagging like a boss. People are saying, what is the dirty flag, dirty flagger, or something like this. But I think, guys, there was no dirty flagging. It was just that Artemiev was a little careless.
Yeah, I think he forgot about his time.
Yeah, he just was very slow.
Okay, so Sagar, in this kind of scenario, you plan to keep your pawns. Okay, that's what I wanted to ask.
He just took, and that's an interesting decision. Queen a6. Because once the queens are off the board, this bishop is actually becoming very powerful on this diagonal. It looks at e4. You can't push the pawn. c2 becomes weak. So Artemiev keeps the queens.
He didn't exchange.
Yeah.
And do you plan to keep your e6 and c6 structure as it is, or you want to push the pawn at some point?
Where? This one?
Yeah, or this one, e5 or c5.
Pushing the pawn may not be possible as of now because it's hanging. Yeah, it's difficult to know what to do. He plays a4 and he plays c5. Oh. Artemiev so quick, yeah. He said, if you take this pawn, I'm going to take on f6 and win a piece. And all of a sudden, after c4, it seems like white has a nice space advantage. Again, after c4, I find black's pieces on e7, knight on d7. I mean, they need a good square. Yeah, Anish not able to find that. Anish is actually somehow getting low on space, yeah, in all of his games. And Artemiev is thinking now what to do here. By the way, guys, 2-1 for Anish in 3+1 section. So he is playing pretty well here. c4 was played in the game. c4 he played? Yeah. This time Artemiev will be very careful about the time, because he doesn't want to, make the same blunder again. I agree. Queen to a5. Guys, the match is getting intense now. 34 minutes left before we move on to bullet section. Because once we move to bullet, it will go crazy. There will be no e5 has been pushed. This bishop is like, now I have a nice tag to attack. But at the same time, somehow the other pieces are all very depressed. We have no space. Depressed. There's just lack of space. Rook d7. Now double the rooks. Yeah, this is obvious now. Nice, Amruta. Rook d8 trying to come in. If you're able to exchange the rooks, then maybe it's fine. Queen to e2, yeah. 4 rook d8, not much time. Yes, bishop c3. This could be irritating. Yeah. This could be irritating. And maybe Anish should start thinking very seriously about picking out this knight, which is very dangerous. Or rook d3, maybe, why not? Yeah, he did that. Because bishop a5 here, rook a3 is... Knight e1. That is the move that Artemiev has to find. To attack the rook and to push it back, and then it won't be easy. Will Artemiev find... Rook c3
You will go knight c3, yeah? Otherwise, I would have got e5 pawn.
He
Oh,
finds it.
he finds it. This is
He
what
just finds. He just finds all the best moves.
the best move in a critical position.
Yeah, that's why his rating is 3000 plus. Anish goes for your move. Anish goes for your move.
No, but he's not getting the e5
Yeah,
pawn.
not at all.
It's
Not enough compensation, guys. This is not enough. The knights are all moving back, but they will soon come back in the center with vengeance. G5. What is he doing? What is Anish playing here?
G5 is an idea. He has bishop f8, bishop g7, and he wants to capture the e5 pawn. Acha,
Knight
knight
G7.
g7.
But
Okay. What happens for queen e5 right now? I mean,
ooh, Artemiev is attacking the h6 pawn. Just when Anish scores a win, Artemiev just strikes back like anything.
but there is still some compensation.
What
Knight
h6 is
f5.
hanging?
Yeah, go
You are
knight
exchange
f5.
down.
I know. But h5, knight e3, queen takes e5. If you get the e5 pawn, then some ideas.
Yeah, he saves it very securely. Admiral, like Amruta seems to be commentating about the e5 pawn. I will defend it with everything that I've got. Knight d7. The sad part about this position is that you are also exchange down. You have less space. You don't even have a pawn for it.
But you have more time. You have more time, Sagar. 15 seconds more. Knight h.
Anish, can he flag his opponent again? B6.
Yeah, that's
This time looks very unlikely. Very unlikely. Now,
one move b6 black should have got, but now that we look at it.
and if you were to take on b6, then already this pin would have been very dangerous. Queen d2, looking at h6, also looking at this pin.
Actually, you can't get rid of the pin.
Oh, knight jumps to d4, but
Queen h6.
why didn't he take on h6?
With the knight, he wanted
Now
to
it's
take
all
with the
speed.
knight.
It's all speed. 6 seconds. Anish plays, and now queen to f4, takes on e5. My god, what a comeback!
Queen
If you take on e5, h4 pawn is hanging out. Shock. Is he going to lose on time once again? Knight jumps to d3, rook takes, bishop takes. The exchange is back. Oh my god, in time pressure, Anish is proving to be a monster here. Queen h4 was hanging. Anish could have won that.
Okay, knight f6.
This is still going crazy, guys.
Queen e4.
1 second for Artemiev. I think this clock management.
Queen f1.
Queen f1 check.
Queen h1. Queen h1. Queen f3.
Get the calm down.
Okay. Queen f3. Queen f3. Queen f5. No.
This is not a mate. This is not a mate. This is not a mate. In fact, White's king is now going to take a huge part.
Now
there was a mate in the position, but now White is winning. Totally winning with his pawn rushing down. Whoa, in time pressure, Anish made it so interesting. Well played, Artemiev. What control on his nerves. What a control on his nerves. But I think Anish was completely winning there. He had a mating attack, but once again, the Petrov. No time to analyze. This is like life, guys. This is like life. You get hit, a new episode begins. Then you have to continue that.
Then you need no time to review things.
There's no time.
Sure.
Okay, so bishop f4. And now rook to e1. I just take some time to get back into the groove. It's like you are so excited, so much is happening. Suddenly you have to start from the opening with 3 minutes of the clock. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Again, Anish is high on time right now, better prepared. I think he'll go for.
Why take on d6? Was it not good? Like if he would have taken here, Amrita,
Yeah.
just bishop d6, just take this guy.
But
Pawn
after
takes.
take, black wants to play d takes c4.
I don't know. Somehow it just seems like white's position is so much preferable.
Yeah.
But Anish
Like
went
it.
here.
I think he wants to really attack bishop c2, bishop queen d3, bishop b3, bishop c2. Somehow, really wants to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
C5. C5 right now seems a little early. D5. Don't you think D5 is strong?
Possible d5 seems also knight takes. Also d takes c5 is a possibility.
But T takes C5, C5, knight C5 is. I don't like D takes C5. Knight C5.
Yeah, but it's just like, Amruta, the knight may jump to d5. You may get the bishop there. So it's playing for a small edge here.
Yeah.
Anish.
Okay. So 95 he has to play. Oh, he's deciding to exchange a light square bishop here.
Yeah, but now queen c7 looks. But now Amruta, after 95, this is a very nasty pin.
Absolutely.
It's like, how do you get rid of it? So I'm threatening stuff like knight f6, knight f6, queen d8, bishop f6, spoiling your structure. Possible. But I may not even move things. And if you go g5, can you just come back and your king starts to become weak. I like Anish's position now.
Yeah, this is good.
This might be good.
I think this is one of those rare positions where a lot of three central points are opened up.
Knight g5. Why not? Why not? Let's take knight g5.
Wow, knight
Because
g5,
h5, bishop
g5,
g5.
queen.
Let's look at Anish's face to see will he take on g5 or not. In the chat, guys, quickly, bishop g3 or take the pawn on g5. What do you think? How he takes it even before we could type it or do anything. Anish is like, I'm going to take. I'm going to take.
Superb.
Yeah, Artemiev is unhappy. He just, checked.
He kind of missed it.
He was like, no, this is not the best way to play. And now knight takes d5, queen takes d5. If you take hg, I will take with the bishop. The rook will come over, and then it's going to be a crushing attack.
G5. This is again going to be that dominating game, yeah? No chance. I'm sure this one Anish cannot give any chance.
But Amruta, how do we win now? Bishop h6. There was also bishop e7, by the way. Bishop h6. And if you move the rook to e8.
g5 check first, maybe.
I was thinking rook e8.
Rook
e4. If you take with the rook, then I take this rook with a check and then come back and snatch the other rook.
Wonderful. That's a great move. e4 is a great move. Yes.
Oh, queen d6. And now, yeah, simple chess. This time, it's Anish who will have d1. You don't want to take on f8.
I don't want to do that.
Okay, got it.
Bishop b4, Sagar. Maybe it's not that simple.
Okay, let's bring this rook.
No, it's okay. Even if you go bishop b4, because rook d7, bishop f8. Yeah, bishop b4, bishop
no,
f8.
Rook e4. Bishop b4 was met with rook e4, attacking. And now Anish has two pawns.
Without any and even 1 minute.
1 minute extra. Do you think that there will be some hiccups?
No, not here. Not here, for sure. No.
Guys, the match is getting closer than we had anticipated. I mean, at some point, we thought that Artemiev is just playing so well that Anish may not have his chances. But in 3+1, he has shown that Artemiev can be beaten. And that with some sparkling play.
So, in fact, Artemiev is actually going lower.
He resigned. Artemiev is smart. He's like, I'll get one more game if I resign quickly.
Wow, that's a very good point, Sagar.
Yeah.
Oh, this is again reverse.
It's more like this
Scotch
Vienna sort of a system there. Yeah,
just go f5.
I don't know. Artemiev is playing these systems from both sides where he is not taking space. he has these restraining pawns, and then he gets these breaks in the center
At the right time.
at the right moment.
True.
So maybe it's a strategy.
Kind of waiting strategy, yeah? It's like, wait for it. It's going to be legendary.
Yeah. Amruta Big Bang, How I Met Your Mother fan, yeah.
Not anymore.
H6, knight e4, and then just drop back your bishop. Okay. Okay, all cool, all cool. Nice pieces. Let's get the queen to
Yeah, I think
d7.
go just simple queen d7, rook a d8, and then you decide. Like, let's wait. Let us see what Artemiev is planning. A4, maybe just go a5. No, why? There is no threat. Just continue queen d7.
In the chat, people are like, How I Met Your Mother, Barney Mokal. They are like, oh, chess. If I ask, should we sack on g5? We're like, oh, let us think. And if How I Met Your Mother, the chat gets spammed.
Everybody.
You have to be careful with moves like queen d7 because bishop h6 is in the air, and if you take here, then knight f6 check and you lose the queen. But to bishop h6, you have an intermediate bishop takes e4, so it's all under control.
So equal time right now.
Yeah.
And after rook a d8, I'm thinking, what is black planning to go? Maybe bishop h7 and f5 is one idea. Second is a4 is already weak. Just put pressure on the pawn. But
Yeah.
oh, bishop h3.
The idea is that once you get rid of this bishop, all the light squares around the king start to get a little weak. That's the only idea. That's why this exchange is nice.
d8, because if this bishop gets exchanged here, then after ab6 you have a4 weakness.
True.
Oh, that's good. That's well thought of.
Oh, a5, is that even possible? Sorry. I don't think there could be a lag.
Maybe not anymore. Mic problem. Everybody said mic problem. Not everybody actually. I'm not sure. Yeah. Little bit
All
of
good,
mic
all
issue.
good, all good, all good. All good. That was slightly turned off because I think it touched.
Okay.
This
Now we
got
see
touched.
the red button.
Yeah, all okay. I think all is good, guys.
Oh, black has just got a pawn. Just a simple pawn up. Anish is. Wow.
Anish.
It never
Come back. Just take a pawn, come back.
And then go f5. With a pawn up when you're going for an attack. Or just
Mr.
go
Cool, like Anish is like, yeah, take the pawn, just come back.
You see, Anish is winning.
Yeah, he will equalize the scores now.
Wow.
7.5. And also, when you make a comeback, the momentum is on your end, and then it becomes much easier to start pushing. So maybe Artemiev will have his task cut out to do something now. Knight to d2. How to continue? I think yes, this is a nice patient move. King h8, moving it away from the diagonal.
Yeah, I think white would want to go f4 at some point.
No, not f4. It seems very weakening. Now you take with the a pawn. I like a pawn because you can exchange a few pieces. But on the other hand, if you take with the c pawn, the a pawn remains a passer.
No, but you cannot push that very easily.
See,
maybe it's for the end game. It's for the end game. For the middle game, it's to put more pressure in the center right now.
Yeah. Rook e7.
Rook e7, rook e8, and e4. Go for e4.
I also like to put the rook on f8. That could also be an idea. But rook e8.
No, if you get e4, then you get the knight on e5 and.
Okay, queen to d5. It's not so easy to break. You are a pawn up, But time is going to be a crucial factor. Anish has to start moving quickly. It's down to 30 seconds. Come on, Anish. Don't think too much. Artemiev has managed his time very well in this game. 50 seconds on the clock. Queen to f3. And now maybe f5 pawn has to be saved.
Queen d7.
Yeah, rook f8 or queen d7. Both look okay.
Yeah, rook f8 with the idea of f4 is also fine. Queen d7 he played. Now maybe he could start b5, b6, a5.
Yeah.
Actually do really nothing.
Well, Artemiev is putting small impediments on in Anish's path to know exactly how to progress. But Anish is calm here. He knows that if he can keep his cool here, not make certain.
But 10 seconds, 10 seconds, Anish. That's not so easy with the knight.
Again, the thing is, if you take with the knight, then you have three pawns here on the queen side. So.
Oh, knight c6.
Yeah, knight c6, rook c6, rook e5, rook c3. That seems winning for black.
Both on 10 seconds, man. That is.
Both are down to 10. Knight a2. What move is that? g6. Now bring your king in. King g7. Rook to d5.
Go king f6. Quick. Acha, no.
Rook c7. f4. And now you take. King f7. Somehow.
Rook c5.
Artemiev is getting some play. Rook takes.
3 seconds.
Check.
Yeah, he wins another pawn. Rook c3.
Yeah, take it on c3.
But knight e5 check. Okay, d5.
Oh man, this is getting very nervous now. Check. Knight d7. Is it going to be a draw?
Oh, king d7. No draw. This was.
He could have gone king g7.
To win this one.
Well, it's okay. The score is 8-7. You're just 1 point away. Even if he can maintain this score and go into the bullet section.
I think in bullet, now that I look at it, maybe Anish has more advantage.
Yes.
Because Artemiev in time, maybe, those are some chances. Let's see what's happened here. In a 3 a6, c3, d5.
It was again the Alapin. This time no French. Bishop e3, c4. And yeah, white has a nice position. Once again, you see more space for Anish. Recurring theme in this match. Anish getting more space. Artemiev kind of playing within his space. But then sometimes he gets crushed. Sometimes he's able to strike back.
But this opening is pretty calm, Sagar. I mean, right now we cannot what to say. Not too many fireworks right now, I would say.
Yeah.
Or unless if he gets something like knight b5.
Yeah, there are always these tricks in the area. Knight f5, knight b5, and all of this happening. Let's see.
Okay, just go rook d1 right now. Bishop e. Actually, where do you want? Rook c1 and d1 maybe, right?
Yeah.
So rook a c1 and rook fd1.
I don't know what Anish has prepared to e5, but yeah, he just maybe there was something there that he had seen. Maybe knight b5 was his idea. But now after bishop f4, queen c8, rook e1.
Oh.
Yeah, the plan can be just to play bishop f3 next. He plays bishop to c5 and starts preparing to castle. Now Anish has only one move left before his opponent can castle. So he might be thinking as to what is the best way in which he can take advantage of that.
Yeah.
People are saying Anish has been practicing bullet recently and he's doing very well. Let's see if all of that practice, guys, on all these streams that he does is going to come in handy.
So Sagar, right now, what can white play? I mean, one idea is to just play simple. But knight v3 is better because
Anish
this
says to
bishop
his
has to go
opponent
back.
that I'm not going to let you castle so easily. If you want to castle, give me your bishop pair.
Yeah.
At least give me that. Now he goes back. Bishop d6. Queen c6, Amruta. Queen c6 with
Oh
a
my
mate
God.
threat.
Are you serious?
Yeah, queen c6, bishop f3, queen d6. Just equalizes the game. Yeah, a mistake actually. Bishop d6 was a mistake, but it's not a losing mistake because you
Thankfully.
yeah.
Don't say that it was a blunder.
I think Anish missed queen c6. That's what I believe.
Yeah, he doesn't seem too happy with it.
I think this is once again, when this game will end, we will have roughly around 8 minutes left. And then in 8 minutes, I think you can have perhaps only one game. So this might well be the penultimate. We might have only 7. No, we have had 6 games. Anish is leading and the last 2 games now. Yeah.
I think this position is still fine, Sagar. I mean,
Yeah, it's around equal. It's around equal, but now white has no edge. That white was slightly better.
that's true.
And now b3, perhaps just be solid. Oh, he's not playing b3. He's just keeping things in.
Because b3, he will have to be very careful about b5.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Bishop e2 is
I think a
good.
good result for Anish would be a draw here. Because Artemiev is already starting to push.
Yeah.
Hey, how about c5 and take this pawn here? Could be an idea to look out for. King f1.
I like this move, g5. In fact, I was thinking of f4 was necessary.
Ooh.
Yes, maybe you are right. You have to play c5 at some point and take the a6 pawn.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be
No, Artemiev, when he starts pressing, I really enjoy seeing these games. G5,
g5 is a
King
great
G7,
move.
all thematic chess. And yeah, Anish was like,
play c. Now he should be able.
you're not going to be just crushing me like that slow play. I'll play c5 and then I'll take the a6. Yeah. And now maybe knight b3 and then.
Also, white has now knight b5 at some point a good square. He has to get back, so the bishop. Much preferable than having that c4 pawn.
Bishop to e2.
I think with this 2 versus 1 pawn Sagar, there is still some, practical, hopes for white.
Yeah, but black's positions, look at his pieces are just so well centralized. And now bishop to e7. Into maybe double here.
Knight e4, okay. What about takes and f5?
No, he will take
first rook c1, rook c1.
Rook d1 and rook c2. That's what he will do. Yeah, he will take. He will take on d1 now, and then rook jumps to c2.
f5.
First f5. Yeah,
now knight c3. But basically,
yeah, that seems like the move.
Knight b5, rook c2 now.
Artemiev is putting some pressure, yeah, in the position. It seems slightly uncomfortable for Anish. b4. Yeah, let's go b4.
It's in control.
11 seconds, 10 seconds for Anish.
My God,
Amruta was like, oh my God,
everything
am I commenting? How can I commentate with such less energy when it's only 10 seconds? 17, 16, rook goes to a2, but the a3 pawn is defended.
Rook b3.
No,
now, otherwise it was a blunder. I know, but you want to move your knight. Let's
get rid of the knight. Under time pressure, the knights are very tricky. So you get rid of it. And now, black, who is better? It's very difficult to say, but black has the more active rook in the position, and that seems to give him at least.
Knight c7. Go knight c7.
No, knight c7.
Yes.
Is rook into a3? Rook. Oh, that was not coming. Bishop g5. All of a sudden, black pieces are just now. Oh, knight d5. f2 is gone. Is Anish going to lose
Knight.
this? Yeah, he lost on
Not
time.
not first.
Pressure. Pressure by
Then
Artemiev.
16.
And now once again, he moves 2 points ahead in the match. He moves 2 points ahead. That's exactly what Anish doctor would not have ordered here. Anish was doing well, keeping the deficit to 1 point. And now in 3+1, I think this is the final game coming up, guys. If Anish wins this, then there will be a nice 1 point gap in the game. Knight to c3. This time Anish is playing with the black pieces.
DC. Now c5.
Yeah.
It's for the first time we have this structure on the board.
Now d5. Artemiev will play d5 without doubt. Yeah, he plays d5, ed. You can't. Oh, he takes with the knight. Let's take with the knight. Pawn takes.
Knight f6.
Yeah, but then e4. I think you want to put your knight maybe on rook e8 or queen e7 and knight e5. That's what you want to do. You can't take this pawn, guys, because bishop takes h7 and queen takes on d5. That's the problem. So that's why you need to.
So you say queen e7, rook e8, knight e5, and then rook e8. That's good.
Very nice comment is Artemiev is strong. Russia has some real strength. Fedosiev, Artemiev, Dubo, Nepo. Yeah, exactly. Also Karyakin. So they have a very good depth, you know. And even now Grishchuk is very active.
True.
Now can we play this pawn? No.
No,
Let's save that. Now
but then look at the diagonal, that a1 to h8.
I think Artemiev knows that, Anish knows he will put his knight on e5. So that's not a problem as such.
I think so.
Yeah. Rook a d8. Now e4. Let's push. f6. Akshay Natu, thank you. Akshay says Samruta. Oh, that's a nice.
Never had a thought of it.
Surprise me daily with your work ethic and dedication. Seems like ordinary humans work like superhumans. Guys, this is not work. Yeah, this is just pure fun. This is amazing chess by Anish. He's playing some tremendous game, and also Artemiev is making his life so difficult. So difficult here.
You know, when we went to World Cup, Sagar, we had heard that Artemiev can be the next challenger to Magnus Carlsen.
Yeah, generally, I mean, if Russia has so many talents with Dubov, Nepo, and everyone, I still think a lot of people believe that Artemiev has it in him because he's so young. He's just 22.
Yeah.
And at the age of 22, if you are like right up there in the top 10 in the world, near to that, that just shows how good you are.
True. Let's see.
Also, this position looks very, very pleasant for white because the bishop is blocked by the pawns and the knight can jump to c4. Then you push your pawn to f4. Then you get your central pawns rolling. It seems like a long plan, but could be possible.
Yeah, I think knight c4 right now is very obvious. But I do not know why Artemiev would be thinking in this position when he has a direct threat and a tempo.
Because he makes a move like queen a3. You know, it's for such moves you need to think.
Yeah, very unusual move. And why would he go there?
I think he's attacking here. If you push a6, then you go rook b1 and then you put pressure here. Yeah. Looks,
no, queen b8. I can always go queen b8.
It's very passive. He plays queen c7.
Much better than b8.
If you take, then rook a8 traps the queen.
Much better.
Why not knight c4?
Oh, there is some counter player. That's a good try.
Good move, Anish. Good move.
Excellent.
Plays f5 and says to his bishop, I'm giving you a new lease of life now. attacking this d4 pawn, and let's take on it.
Yes, you have to
But
take
Amruta, take, knight takes. I'm so scared of a check here. But Anish may just put his queen on g7. Nice move. Nice move. Also, queen f7 was good, but he went to g7.
And if in the end game, look at 3 versus 1, those pawn structure, yeah? With the bishop against knight, not easy. Very, very nicely spotted f5 move. Queen b3.
Now,
just go king h8 maybe.
But then knight g5, and with the idea of knight e6. You have to be careful. You have to be careful. Rook f5, but now d6 check. Let's push the pawn. Gorang Gupta, thank you so much, Gorang, for your super chat. Very kind of you. Can't exchange the queens. Once you exchange the queens, the bishop becomes much superior. The black king becomes safer. So queen a4. Let's not exchange. I think Artemiev, that's the best decision for him.
But you have... Oh.
But now maybe Anish can takes rook d5.
Look at the back rank. It's
yes.
It's going to be lost.
You take, then now take.
It's impossible to save this game. It's impossible.
No, it's possible. It's possible.
No, it's not possible.
No, it's possible.
It's impossible.
Okay, let's see.
1 minute and 6 seconds.
Let's see. Pawn down, plus down to 3 seconds. Artemiev has to move faster. He is not playing at a good speed. Here, rook to d3 is clearly better. Here, Anish is clearly better, but...
Rook d3. Rook d1. Okay.
Yeah. Saves his back rank. Take the
pawn. Take the pawn, Anish.
No, but I don't know. It's
h5 queen f6 back. Yeah.
Oh, he picks it up.
Just those 3 crushing. Go back, queen f7. Go back, queen f7.
Yeah, maybe. Or Anish is...
First take it, then... Okay, queen d5 is much better. Stops h5 also. Simply winning.
Top class play.
1.5 seconds for Vladi.
And these 3
just
pawns,
rolling now.
very strong. Very strong.
Over. This is over. Yeah, start with c4.
Anish is just having fun now. He's just playing very solidly, not giving his opponent any...
Another pawn. Queen d4. Go queen d4.
Atharva Lavan, thank you so much. Pure bliss for chess lovers, he says. Absolutely. I hope that Anish doesn't make some silly error here. Threatening a mate. But okay, he sees it. Of course, he will see it. And now, the pawns are ready to push. Check.
Queen d2.
King h1. Queen d5. And how do you convert this? This is always a question. Opponent Artemiev down 1 second now. Queen e6. This is check. Rook comes in and he's won it. And guys, Anish, I think this was the last game. Time's up.
Ooh, now we are moving to bullet.
Yeah, we are moving into the bullet section, guys. And 9-8 is the score. Anish goes away, and I think we have certain instructions that the videos should be turned off during the break. But what a match, guys. What a match this has been. Amruta, your thoughts?
Yeah, I was really excited with this play, and what I've realized is Artemiev is making mistake when he's under too much time pressure. So that's the trick. I think that is the trick. One of the weakness you can see, but in chess wise, I do not see much weakness in Artemiev.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
Yeah. Now it's half an hour of bullet with just 1 point deficit and 1 + 1. So let's say a game would last roughly around 40-50 moves. That is so. So one game would take around 4 minutes, roughly 3 to 4. So 4 is, I would take on the higher side.
True.
So you would have 7 to 8 games of bullet again.
Yeah, something like that. And then the score will be according to you?
What a close match. 9-8 is the score in Artemiev's favor, and we have 8 bullet games.
Yeah, but I think Anish has covered up really well for 3+1, and
Yeah.
in fact, 2-3 games he was really close to winning. So that way, for Bullet, it's another different kind of a thing. Great. So Sagar, you are taking a break,
You can go and take a break. I'll talk to the chat meanwhile.
and don't worry about the chat. Even if you don't talk, they're okay.
Anish is going to win, no doubt. Yeah, guys. How many of you think now that you have seen Artemiev playing, what's your take on this match? Artemiev or Anish? You know, Anish is a good bullet player. We do not know how well Artemiev plays in bullet, but I'm sure he's very good. Judging from this, he has a 1 point lead in the match. Let's see. What do you say, Anish or Artemiev? Let's see who's support. I know there are a lot of Anish fans, but let's try to be objective. Can't say someone. Anish, 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 Anish. Anish will win 5-3. That's what someone says. I'm going for Artemiev, says Harshit Raja. Oh, I am Harshit Raja in the chat. Good to see you, Harshit. Lot of people supporting Anish here for sure. He's the favorite, crowd's favorite here. But guys, Artemiev is not an easy opponent. I can tell you that. And 8 games of bullet, and in bullet, you really see if one guy starts to tank, it really goes downhill because the matches are so quick one after the other. And if you blunder something very trivial, it just keeps playing in your head. So it's a very psychological thing when you're playing bullet. But you know, my brilliant game of this entire match, if I have to show you, I don't want to shift from this entire thing here. uh, yeah, both the players are back on the chair. I think the match is about to begin. Maybe we can get back the cams now. The players are back here. The match will begin in couple of minutes now. uh, if there was this one moment in the 3+1 which I thought was very brilliant, was when when Anish found this idea with bishop f5, put his knight on b3, and then when Artemiev took c2 pawn was hanging, and then a1 mate was also threatened. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. What? Artemiev has 3-2-4-0 in bullet. Wow. Wow, that's too good. By the way, guys, uh, please make sure you like the stream. Also, subscribe to ChessBase India if you haven't done so. This is going to go right into the night. It's 1:23. I think the match will end somewhere around 2 a.m. Thank you so much, Saurav Kumar Mishra, for your super chat. Very kind of you. I'm going to change my chair now. Yeah, I'm going to sit here on Amruta's chair, and Amruta's going to sit here. That's how we're going to shift things. Rahil Sayed says Harsha Bhogle of chess. Thank you, Sagar. Thank you, Rahil. Uh, I have been following Harsha Bhogle's commentary as a young kid. Never thought I would be called like him. Amruta has brought sweets and she's come here to enjoy the bullet portion. Yash Srivastav says, what style of Anish? Is it attacking or defensive? I think, Yash, as you can see overall, when Anish gets a chance to attack, he attacks. When he gets a chance, I mean, but in general, I think he's a very sound player. Like, he doesn't like flashy attacks, he doesn't like pawn pushes, he doesn't like to overextend himself. That's not his style of play. Anish is very strong in 1+1, that's what everyone's saying. But Amruta, I think Artemiev is also a beast.
After first game, I'll understand better.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Would you like to have some?
No sweet. What sweet are you eating?
It's the Malai Barfi.
Malai barfi. How many of you guys like malai barfi?
I think finally today I thought ki there are too many sweets everywhere. I should have something.
Yeah. You know that if the game starts and if you have the malai barfi in your hand and it's bullet, you lose a very critical portion of time. So there's no time to eat malai barfi. If it was blitz Amruta, maybe I would have thought. At both players, yeah, they must be tired. It's been nearly 2 hours since they are playing, but still, they both of them look pretty fresh from that perspective.
Exactly. What would be going on? Why is Artemiev so sad? But I mean, I think he's.
No, he's not sad. He's just very focused. He's just very focused. But he also knows that Anish is not an easy opponent. Yeah, I mean, sometimes in the first two blitz and like 5+1, 3+1, you get a huge lead in edge, lead in score. But that's not happened here. So definitely something to worry about.
True. Everybody is saying haircut zaruri hai.
Yeah.
And the other thing is son papdi. You ask them what all they have eaten, so.
Yeah, game started? No, not yet, guys, not yet. But you know, for me today, I went out to do a haircut, but all the shops were closed. So tomorrow I'll do it. For now, guys, please focus on the chess, not on my hair. Can't do much about it. Also, sometimes I feel that this is nice, yeah, because this is the last time I'll be having so much hair. It's just all going away. मनोसिच बासु से सागर भाई मलाई बर्फी चलता रहेगा तो 3.5 kg नहीं होने वाला. Exactly, मनोसिच. That's also playing on my head. It's like suddenly I'm enjoying all malai barfi, pizza, and all of that, and then 15 December comes and I have not lost 1 week of no streaming. That would hurt. Prithviraj Shinde, I think VD is awake. Can you please try and call him? Guys, VD is preparing for his tournament. I don't think that it would be ideal for him right now. He's going to play in a very strong tournament from 22nd, which also there will be some sort of coverage that we would be doing. So that is very important event for Vidit. I think right now is not the time for him. Shubha Das says आप बहुत मस्त काम करता है सागर भाई. Thank you so much, Shubha. Game started? Ooh, I'm very sorry, guys. Game started. I just missed some portion, 16 seconds to be precise. But Anish is white this time. We had the Sicilian. And this time bishop goes to b7, bishop g5. It's a 1 minute game. 1 minute game. 1 minute में क्या होता है दोस्तों? What can you do in 1 minute? Well, fortunes are made in 1 minute. Now, queen to d3, bishop h6. Black has a very comfortable isolated queen pawn position. But white has moved his knight to e5. Some sacrifices on the f7 square could be coming up.
Like it for white, like it for white.
Amruta likes whenever there is some attack. But I love it when there is a positional advantage. I have this nice knight on d5 which cannot be moved. But who cares about positional chess in 1 minute?
Queen g3, h4, h5.
h4, h5, Amruta. But now, okay, queen.
Queen d2, queen h6.
Queen h6.
Yeah,
let's go.
And
h4.
h4.
h4. That, amazing. And Anish is pushing his pawn in. What? This knight is so well placed, but what to do with it?
Did he lose the pawn?
e6 is very weak now. Bishop e4, positional advantage.
Bishop t5 and rook c7? No.
No time for plans, Amruta. Only time for making sure you don't blunder something.
True.
26 seconds for both. Queen to e2. I like white's position. This is weak. There are a lot of problems in the position. And now, rook to c7. Can we just put in the rook there? Knight f3. All good. Anish is playing pretty well in this time. Rook c6. And now knight. Oh my god, he spotted this. If you take the queen, your queen is hanging, and if you take the knight, the queen jumps in.
Wow.
How did Artemiev find this
Very
in just few seconds? And Anish is down to 10 seconds. Guys, this is what you call a classy bullet player. Yeah, this is what you call a classy bullet player. You don't miss such tricks. Rook to c5, and now
Rook c7 now. Rook.
Oh, he plays queen to b3, king g2, rook f8. No, e6 pawn was hanging, so rook d3. Anish has to play faster now. He has 10 seconds less than his opponent. His queen comes back and his position is completely losing. But it's bullet, guys. Anything can happen. Rook d1, rook h1 mate is a threat. Queen g2, pawn to e4, queen f2, queen f. Oh, it's a mate and he's found it. Artemiev has scored the first win here.
Knight g3 was brilliant.
Brilliant. Artemiev OP, guys. Artemiev OP. Even though if you're Anish fan, that thing which he found there was too good. And now Artemiev with the white pieces, he's playing this sort of hedgehog thing. Abhishek Deshpande, thank you so much for your super chat. So nice to see you. Bishop d6, bishop g2, castles, c6. And guys, Anish is now 2 points down in the match. It's going to be tough for him to recover, especially after what he saw Amruta. Artemiev took his chance like anything.
I'm just enjoying your commentary right now. So 1 minute how it goes, I have no idea.
Well, white is just centralizing his pieces. He has the bishop pair, so he has a nice position here. But when the time runs low and the pieces start to hang, I don't think the bishop pair even matters to that much. But you see the speed with which they have made use of that 1 second advantage. Both players have still 50 seconds on the clock. 56 for Anish, 44 for Artemiev.
Draw?
I don't think Anish will take a draw.
Why not?
No, Amruta, the thing is there are only 8 games, or 8 or 9 games, and Anish cannot waste time. He needs to bridge that gap of 2 games. Now this time Anish has played this system with c4 against a6 variation. By the way, the a6 system is known as the O'Kelly variation in the Sicilian. And now after knight e7, bishop e6.
Kind of Kalashnikov here.
Yeah, black will at some point want to go with f5 breaks here in the position. Yeah, yes, and he does that. But it creates weaknesses. It gives activity, it creates weaknesses. We will have to see if Anish can make use of that. Knight jumps to d4, bishop e4.
Now knight e3, knight d5 is a strong threat. Yeah. I had to take it.
Yeah, knight c2, take with the queen. Some point bishop g6 has to be taken care of. And if you get knight e2 and exchange the knights, then this bishop I think is better than the white's bishop. That's why f3 is played now, bishop f5, knight e2. See, Anish is very smart. Anish is very smart because he knows that a major piece endgame is better for him with all the weaknesses in black's camp. But also Artemiev not ready to exchange the knights in the position. He keeps them on the board so that if the white knight ever moves away from e2, he can plonk in his knight on d4.
Yeah, but right now black can get a very strong center after c4 is exchanged.
Yeah. And now queens are off the board. I think that's a good news for white, for black pieces, especially now. But rook d1, some weaknesses were created.
Knight d4.
Yeah, possible.
Knight d4.
I think black has nothing to worry here. Anish may not be able to win this one because here I think 30 seconds is quite a lot of time for Artemiev to hold this. I mean, just keep pushing. Yeah, you take here, I take on c4, you take on a6, I go to a4, and then I pick up
until one of the most relaxing bullet games I would say.
don't judge too quickly, Amruta. Anything can happen. Now e5 pawn is under attack, but the knight attacks g2. I think Anish will take it on f4 and accept a draw.
e7.
Yeah, that's a time to make a draw. Now check. Yeah, draw. One more. So now just 22 minutes remaining. 2 points needs to be bridged. Artemiev still hasn't lost a game in the bullet. He's 2-1 up in the bullet match.
And we are at the same opening again now. Finally, they are repeating.
Yeah, I think in the bullet they don't want to think so much, but instead of queen on e1, this time queen has gone to c2.
Sure. Still, I do not understand why black doesn't go for e5 move. Maybe he doesn't like e4. Black's
Yeah,
white c4.
he went
He went.
e5. You know, Amruta, you just have to ask him, why don't you go there? And he does it. Now e4, that was maybe the reason. But
Bishop
bishop
h7.
h7. Take. Rook
a1,
a1.
queen b8. Yeah. This also seems like it will be a relaxing game.
Amruta, what is the definition of relaxing? I think after eating malai barfi, you got a little bit relaxed.
No. It's like when you can keep quiet sometimes. The games are nothing much is happening.
Yeah, the openings now we know, right, what's going to happen. So it's a little bit relaxing. Okay, queen b3. And now you play your other knight. Oh, you take that
Actually,
bishop.
that's very good double bishop advantage here. Now, black is better.
Yeah, black is definitely better here. Also, this pawn is weak. This is a weakness. And Anish is maybe going to press here. But with so many pawns being exchanged, maybe the advantage has reduced a bit.
But it's still good enough for a bullet game.
Yeah,
It
just
takes
take.
bishop rook e4. Takes and rook e4. b4 is really weak.
Do you want to take or you want to save the? Yeah, he's like
that he fixed the weakness on b4.
and then he's like, I'm going to take here and I'm going to attack this pawn with my bishop and the rook.
Much better, much better.
I think Anish has
Knight on e1 is
small pressure
rook
here.
d4.
Even queen c4 may be an idea. Rook d4.
Now queen d7 is a strong threat. Queen d8 actually.
And this pawn is much weaker than the black pawn on b5. So I believe that Anish is better here. Can he pull 1 point back?
But come on, Artemiev must think more. Another 10 seconds he must think.
Artemiev is taking a lot of time.
Queen
Rook
c4.
e1.
Now go queen c4.
Yeah, maybe it's possible to even go queen c4.
c4. He wins the pawn. Bishop into b4.
Amruta is like guessing all of Anish's moves. What's going on here? Oh, but you can't take bishop b4 because knight c6 and then you...
It's a miss by me and he loses the c pawn. Oh no.
No, not yet. f6, yeah. f6 attacks the knight on e5, knight f3, and now, ooh, the b pawn starts to roll.
Bishop e8. C pawn is faster. C pawn is faster.
Which pawn is going to be more dangerous? The b pawn.
No, not just rook b4. Take the pawn. Rook c5.
Yeah, but just now king d3 and knight e2. Artemiev managed to find it. And yeah, knight c3, you exchange everything and a draw. Or is it? Is it a draw?
5 seconds versus 6 seconds. Yeah.
No, it's a draw. It's a draw. Pawn endgame is a draw. h5, h4. So still 2 points lead for Artemiev. 2 points of lead. He is not giving that up, guys. He's not giving that up. This time no a6. It's e6. Taimanov is very dangerous to play against Anish. But actually he played a6 line. Queen d3. You move your queen to g3. I love it. Bishop to d3 perhaps. Or e2.
h4.
h4. Wow. h4, h5. So that the knight cannot come to g6.
This is much better. Knight e4, knight f5.
Yeah, knight e4, knight f5. Just queen, move the queen away. Queen d3. I think even an endgame favors white now, yeah? Because of this weakness pawn here, weak pawn on c6.
You have to be very careful about knight d4.
Queen comes to d4 and now bishop to e3. Yeah, but the b2 pawn is hanging. But can we castle? Yeah, that is possible. Bishop e3 looks important now.
But it's very difficult to consider bishop e3, Sagar.
Yeah, c4 is pushed.
Is he losing a piece?
No, c3. c3 is there. That's why he played rook h3 to defend the bishop. Now bishop c2. Smart play. Smart play by Anish.
Must agree.
But Artemiev is playing very solidly. Anish needs to make one win very soon. Otherwise, 16 minutes is not enough time to bridge the gap of 2 points, guys. Anish has to win 2 games, then also win another game. I have to check my tie breaks, but bishop to g5 has been played.
With his king on e1, yeah, and with an open files on d and e, he's almost able to attack. That is amazing. If you look at it, h6. Wow. Is knight f6 right now giving any threat?
Queen f6 is a threat right now.
Rook g8, queen f5. What? Okay, f6.
Can you take knight takes f6? But then
Queen e5 check was there.
Yeah, queen e5.
Even now, queen e5. Queen e5 has to be played here. Knight f5. Rook d5.
Oh,
knight
look at this
takes
move. Queen takes f6 was there in the position. Queen takes f6, rook f6, and rook d5. Anyway, now.
And g5. Very
Queen
strong.
coming into c7. I think Anish is better now.
c7.
Let's just have a look at his face. He's very focused. b4.
10 seconds.
Takes. d5. Queen d2. I think black is now slowly getting a better position. Or not yet.
Not yet. C4. Go c4.
I don't know whose king is weaker here.
Black's king.
Bishop f3 blundered. He blundered and now Anish is losing this game. And he loses the queen. Wow. Wow. Artemiev is showing his class. 3-point edge. I think that's over.
I really feel that Anish had played a wonderful chess.
Yeah, he played very well. He played very well.
Very unusual style, I would say.
But yeah, Amruta, I think 12.5, 9.5. That doesn't seem that Anish can make this. Guys, if Anish has to make a comeback, he has 14. So he's around 3 or 4 games still left in this match. And he has to win 3 more. It's not easy. He has to speed up. But you can sense that Anish may not really be very, very confident here. His opponent is playing so well. He's 3.5, 1.5 in this section out of 5 games.
Go e4 now. Go for e4. White played e4. He stopped that.
And now he's winning the bishop pair.
Yeah.
This time. Yeah. Knight e6. Let's take the... Oh, he played knight to
rook c8. Go rook c8.
You have to, but then queen d2 and then a7 is hanging.
No, knight d6 is a threat. Go rook c6. Or knight
no,
c5.
a7.
Achha, queen b6. Right. But Anish has space still, I think. Still fine.
Yeah.
Move your queen with the idea of d5 for knight c4.
Space-wise, black is doing very well. But I think the bullet portion has been very solid, no, in a way.
Exactly.
You don't see this. I think for normal players, it's like a normal blitz game also may not be so accurate.
True. Very true.
Very high quality play. Bishop to d1. b6. And now Anish...
Now Anish can go knight c5, queen b5, a4. He can put some pressure there. d3 is weak. Yeah, he's gonna win. Go queen b5, yes. Maybe knight up d7 first. Like it. Such moves are very important. Very nice. I think Anish is gonna win this.
Yeah.
7 bishop h6. He exchanged a bad bishop here.
Guys, E1 was hanging, so king F2 to defend E1.
One entry if the queen gets, then it's over for white. 8 seconds.
Ooh, queen C3.
Takes,
Now the
takes.
pawn is coming forward.
Take.
Maybe Anish wins this. 96, knight D4.
What a tough game. What a tough end game.
Yeah. He's picked up the H3 pawn. He has a passer now on C3, also on the H file. Knight to E8. Ooh, Anish has found it. And now he's pushing his H pawn. May not be easy to convert this though. May not be easy.
Knight C6 check. Takes. Okay.
Look at the knights, yeah. They are just so good.
Super dance. You know, one of the session today, Sonali said Garba. The knights are doing Garba.
Yeah. Oh, what? Why did Artemiev give up a piece? Can Anish win now? Actually, Anish was equal. Now, even if he wins the A4 pawn, but if black can win the knight, then we come to Troitsky's endgame. And the A3 pawn is much behind. So, yeah, this is a draw. Second, yeah, Amruta.
Oh, we do not have scotch for a change right now. That's interesting. Simple Geico piano here. I've never ever done any commentary for a bullet game. So until Sagar comes back, let me try. Yeah, I think now knight f1 and knight g3 is the plan here. Takes knight f1. G6. They're playing super fast, like really fast. Now I realize how slow I play in bullet chess. A4 is a strong threat. Bishop b2, bishop a3. He has to go knight f1 at the right time. Now he went. That's what I was waiting for because knight. Black must be careful for. Okay, knight e5. He was careful. Too much happening. I think at the right time, maybe Anish wants to play. I thought knight g4 he would want to play, but no. Knight g2. Quite unusual structure, pawn structure, I would say.
Amruta, where's the energy in the position? Oh, the A5 is gone. Anish Giri is on the offensive or not?
Yes, right now, as you came, it seems like that. But
No. Black is doing really well. Bishop jumps to c3. The rook swoops up. Bishop d4 and f2. No, knight takes f2 also. Or bishop
f2. a3. That's fine. Bishop.
Anish is 3 points down. Oh my god, this is really now 30 seconds on each side. What is the knight doing? Oh, Artemiev, please don't win another game. That would mean that the match is coming to an end. Oh, resigns?
Why?
Because the knight and rook both were hanging. Oh my god, Anish was like, quickly, let me see if I can make some inroads, but 4 points is a bit too much. And also, Artemiev in the bullet section has 5-2 lead. 5-2.
5-2 huge.
Now knight h4, knight c6.
Go rook e8, e5. Okay, direct e5
Anish
better.
also has to play something like hyper bullet now if he needs to win.
And he's trying, he's in 59 seconds versus 50 seconds. That's a good lead.
True, true. But you know, he's just won one game in bullet or what? Artemiev seems really strong, yeah? 3-2-3-9. Crazy rate. Crazy.
And here in bullet chess, their openings are very, very solid, Sagar. I mean, there is no scope for some, tricks or anything like that.
Yeah. And you know, Amruta, this knight is like an outpost. You can't push it with c6 because then d6 hangs. So it's tricky. It's very tricky. And Artemiev, I mean, to tell you the truth, Amruta, even if you gave him like an hour on the clock, he might just make these moves. That's how good he is.
Yeah, that's a very important point.
Yeah, their bullet chess quality is so good. F4, pushing the knight away, guys.
Exchange.
Don't leave this. I guess there could be some twist, but not really. Yeah, 6 minutes is too less.
No, knight f6 check incoming now, so he had to play f6.
Yeah, Artemiev is again dominating in this game. Completely. Yeah, he
What?
takes c6 is hanging.
Okay.
C6 is hanging.
No, this is completely gone. Bishop f5. Bishop c2. Ah, there is some chance again. Bishop c2, bishop b3. Okay, that's good.
I don't think rook d2 just, yeah? Or king f2.
So that's a good chance.
Yeah, it's a good chance. It's a good chance, but let's see. King goes back, e4.
Bishop c6, e4 is hanging again. Go rook e8. Get your rook.
Now
Okay.
takes.
Now c7 is supported.
But king d4. King f2. F5.
Takes rook e2, nothing there. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god, another win coming in for Artemiev. These two pawns are so strong. I don't think Anish saw that the c7 pawn was hanging with a check. And now g6. Guys, this is thorough domination. This is thorough domination by Artemiev. He's just giving no chance to his opponents. And he's playing bullet chess as if it's normal chess. I mean, rapid or blitz chess, he's playing so well.
Yeah.
Not making any mistakes. And you saw he sees bishop takes pawn, rook g7, and you lose.
Very, very alert for tactics here.
Yeah. And now he says rook g6, bishop e8. Oh, man. What a player. Bringing his king in. Yeah, no chance for a draw. Yeah, it's just gone. It's gone. Bishop c4 check incoming. And then the king moves away and then check and lost. 5-point lead. Too strong, yeah. Guys, we are back. We had a small lag here, but we are back for the last 3 minutes of the match. Anish playing with the white pieces once again, having a small edge. I think what he would really want now, Anish, is one win in this time section.
One good dominating win. Whatever happens to the match is okay. But
okay, let's get rolling. Yeah, knight e4. Can black take on e4? Queen e4. Bishop d2 means rook doubles on the d file. This is not exactly what black would want. So that's the reason why black would first start with knight f6 or knight c5. Both moves look pretty good. Knight to c5 attacks the queen. The queen moves back. And now can we take on d2? Yes, he takes it. And now another exchange on d2 would give the open file to white. So that's why Artemiev thinking here, he moves his queen back. Now Anish has the d file under his control. Maybe knight to e5 might be a good option. But after rook d2, he cannot take with the queen. So that's the reason why Anish is thinking here, what is the best way? He plays queen to e5. What a fantastic move. Because if you take queen takes e5, d8 was hanging. So now rook takes d2. And should you take Wow, is the queen stronger
Queen
or the
versus
two rooks? I believe the
yeah.
queen because
Queen
now the
side.
b7 is hanging. b7 takes
Knight takes into
8.
knight e5.
No,
Okay.
8 is hanging now. You have
Rook
to save
d8.
that rook.
Yeah.
So rook f8. And now can you go king g3 and save f2? No, Anish says take f2.
He's just gonna push his
I
c4.
don't
That's
really
all.
care. But no, Amruta, I have a big problem here. Rook h1, king g3, knight e4 check. It's
No,
going to be
h4 was the
tricky.
problem, no?
Oh, king is now moving in like the brave king, but who knows that king is brave or stupid? It's going to get checkmated. Perhaps g5 coming in
No,
Artemiev.
d5, king e5.
But
It's
look
not.
at
It's going to be the pieces.
Anish. Oh, rook d5. It's a checkmate. Rook f6, knight d4.
Oh, it's he saved
No,
it.
no, no. It was king into e6 was going, but there was some sort of a checkmate
Even
there.
not king, queen e6. It's over.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And look at Anish's time. He has 40 seconds to Artemiev score.
This is that one game, Sagar, we were talking about.
Yeah, that is what he wanted, and Anish has won. Look at him.
It's
Anish is like, give me some more time, guys. I need more time, not just 45 seconds. This is the last bullet game. Let's go here and let's see if Anish can also win this. But anyway, Artemiev has won the match. A3, A5. This setup has been so difficult for Anish to break through in this entire match. Can he break through here? Because his opponent has been playing this phenomenally well. He has this very nice understanding.
and Anish keeps his bishop on h7, but somehow I don't like that bishop on h7.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Queen goes to c7, and now you can play your rook to d8. That's what Anish will do very soon. Yeah, rook
Wow.
goes to d8, and now, well, white takes on f6.
Bishop f6, bishop f6, knight
Couple of
f6.
exchanges,
Take
and
the
then d4.
d4.
You know, the thing that is nice about black's position is that no weaknesses. While in white's camp, b3 is slightly weak, d4 is slightly weak. So there could be, in general, in bullet games, more weaknesses means more blunders. And that's the reason why I think black is already having a small edge in this position, at least for bullet chess. Queen to b7, maybe knight e5 incoming now. Yeah, he plays it. Now bishop takes, king takes.
a4.
And now can we...
Because you want the d5 square. Go for a4.
Whoa, Amruta's move. A4 is what Anish
Once
has
in a
played.
while it happens, Sagar.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, finally, you are the bullet expert. Yeah, you played every day. Rook takes A4. And now Queen to F3. I think you must take on C4 with the pawn.
Go knight d5.
Such high quality chess, guys.
C6 is weak here.
Have you seen Amruta? They don't make mistakes in bullet as well.
Exactly. Now I understand how.
It's so crazy how good they are.
It's like classical game here if you really look at it.
Yeah. You can't move the knight, by the way. F7 is hanging, so rook d5. And now rook c1, putting more pressure. I think Artemiev, this is the last
C1
game.
takes d4. And it's going to be a very equal.
Yeah, last game. Time is up. So 15-12, or is it going to be something else? Will Anish manage to win, or I don't think that this is easy to win now.
To win this.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Unless time. Which is possible. Artemiev has 14 seconds. He could lose on time.
Yeah, Anish is 10 seconds up, but I think the position is quite solid.
Play rook. He cannot even go rook a7. Okay, queen a7, queen b3.
Queen
Nothing.
e1.
Queen 8. Queen 8 check and queen takes. He would have got.
No, here's queen f3 back. So
Right.
couldn't work that out. Queen d3. Now check.
4. So he'll go knight g4, knight e5. That's his only trick.
Yeah, he is going for that, but now queen d5 just in time.
Queen
But queen takes a3.
Queen
Yeah,
takes c4.
yeah. Let's take on
Now
e4.
queen a1 check and knight e5. Okay, queen c1.
Oh, Anish! Guys, did you see that? He sacked the queen on h1.
Super awesome.
Impressed with Anish's bullet skills, but too late. Yeah, a little too late. Little too late. But at least he has found that he can.
Complete equal position.
He can. But I think 3 versus 2, this is a draw. It's not easy to convert this. King f6. In fact, white is getting too active now.
Yeah, it will be a draw.
Yeah, most probably it will be a draw, but still in bullet you never know. With Artemiev down to 1 second on his clock, f5 knight takes, one pair of pawns exchanged, now another pair
And
of
with king
pawns.
pawn endgame, it enters into by chance. Sagar, that's a chance. No, it doesn't happen that way. No chance.
Yeah, now knight takes g5 and a draw. Well, what a great match this has been, guys. What a great match. And in the end, Anish had to give up. You can see him pretty
Oh, how tiring it would have been for them, yeah?
extremely tiring. But guys, big congratulations to Vladislav Artemiev for playing such a fine match, winning 15 and a half, 11 and a half, winning the 5 plus 1 section, 5.5, 3.5. Anish won the 3 plus 1 section with 4.5, 3.5. And well, in 1 plus 1 bullet, it was 6.5 for Anish, for 6.5 for our team. We have 3.5 for Anish. Guys, did you enjoy the match?
Yeah, people are very nice. They're already pouring hearts for Anish. So it's
Thank you
this is
so
what
much,
I love
chat.
about our chat. This is where I feel they're really super chat, you know.
Yeah, and also they they acknowledge that Artemiev played well, and I think, guys, this is the sign of a true chess knowledge, chess literate viewership, where you have your favorites, but at the same time, you see that when the opponent has played well, you acknowledge it, and that's exactly what happened in this match.
And when you follow each and every move, Sagar, in different formats also, you understand the strength of the player. Yeah, Artemiev, we always told he's really strong, really strong. But today, when I could experience every move, I think it was a different level of understanding of how strong he really is.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we'll be following this young lad in the years to come. Artemiev, a big talent. And Anish, of course, a class act. Of course, Anish thrives on classical chess. He's very good at it. But in bullet and blitz and also rapid, he's just keeping on getting better through his streaming, through practicing, through all these different means. And I'm sure he'll be back very soon. I think it's time to call it a day tonight.
Yeah.
And we would have got Anish on the stream had he won, but I think, well, in general, he would have had been very tired now with this long match in general. So uh,
If you want to ask him,
no. I think he has to finish his interviews there.
Okay.
And all of this. So Sachin Ranade, thanks Sagar and Amruta for commentating. Great job. Thank you so much, Sachin. And thank you all for being such wonderful audience. Today was a very nice day. I would like to thank all the viewers for watching. I would like to thank chess.com for organizing these matches, also for giving us the cameras that we could show you guys, and everyone else for congratulations to Artemiev one final time and Anish for giving him a tough fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I want to say, whatever it is, Sagar, the Anish, the games he beat Artemiev very early, those were really killing games. I think they showed a different side of him.
Yeah, I think Anish was equal to Artemiev in most of the games. But there were some times when Artemiev was just very quick to spot all these tactics.
True. So everyone's saying Magnus tweet, which
Magnus
we will
tweet?
see. We don't know what's Magnus tweet.
Check it out.
What's Magnus tweet, guys?
Before we go away, Abhishek Paitya says, amazing stream. Thanks for all the hard work, Sagar and Amruta. Thank you, Abhishek. What did Magnus tweet? Okay. Magnus always tweets something interesting. Yeah. Do more of what makes you happy. Oh, 14 minutes ago.
Why?
Well, it's what is written behind Anish's thing. When he streams, it's what is written there. And I think
But
when
then-
Anish started losing the match, That's when Magnus wrote this. Do more of what makes you happy.
Oh.
Well, Anish may respond to that. Nothing much to say there, but just that it was a very nice match today, and we'll be back on 22nd, guys, with it playing in the Skilling Open, where there is Magnus. I think all the top players in the world, Fabiano, Ding Liren, Anish, all of them playing, and we'll be commentating again in a similar time zone, 10:30 in the evening till 2:30 or 3. But the only reason why we are doing this is all of you are following us and following chess. So thank you all once again. Amruta, anything else you'd like to add?
I want to tell everybody that tomorrow you have an interview, right?
I think so. Tomorrow maybe there is a small interview on Saurabh Pant's channel. Then we have Grandmaster Chess with Adiban. Then I have a stream with Biswa for some final preparations for comedians on board. I think Amruta has streams with Nivedita and Sonali. So it's going to be an action-packed day. I'll also do the midnight chess stream tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow with a very nice day. In fact, it's today. And see you all. Bye bye.
Very sure. Thank you, Nu.
By the way, I must say, ChessBase India Hindi also was covering this entire event, and I would like to thank Niklesh for doing a fantastic job. At least we both do it together, me and Amruta. Niklesh does it single-handedly alone, which requires tremendous stamina. So check out Hindi ChessBase India if you haven't subscribed to it. Just do it. It would be a very nice help. I think Niklesh does a phenomenal job. I think his stream has ended. So until then, guys, all of you want Nuber raid, yeah? Okay, let's do Nuber raid because I think Nuber has been streaming chess since such a long time. So it makes sense to raid him. Was he covering this match, Nuber?
Very sure.
Yeah, he was also covering this. So let's just raid him. He's a fantastic player from Mumbai. IM with 2 GM norms. Mods, if you can spam the link.
चेस प्लेयर के लिए विनिंग भाई सही है सही है भाई सही है सही है भाई सही है सब सही है भाई सब सही है एक काम करते हैं अपना चैलेंज थोड़ा कम करते हैं लेट्स प्ले सम नूब्स
Oh, he's playing.
27 वाले को भी खेलने देते हैं हम लोग आओ भाई 26 वाले भी आओ 26 वाले भी आओ आ जाओ बस गेम शुरू करते हैं बिकॉज चैट कांट वेट एनी मोर इट्स ऑलरेडी 2:10
Nuber.
सागर रेड भाई सागर रेड अभी सागर भाई रेड कर रहे हैं ओ शिट थैंक यू सागर भाई चेसबेस इंडिया रेड बहुत जोर में चल रही है चेसबेस इंडिया
Nuber,
रेड
keep doing
थैंक
the
यू सागर भाई थैंक यू
fantastic
सो मच
work.
for
And
rating
all
me.
the best. All the best. 2 बजे आप 2600 के players को हरा रहे हो. So all the best. Bye bye. Thank you, chat, for raiding.
सागर भाई थैंक यू सो मच
See you guys.
अब तो खेलना पड़ेगा अब तो बुलेट खेलना पड़ेगा आई वाज अबाउट टू एंड द स्ट्रीम बट अब बुलेट खेलना पड़ेगा दोस्त बुलेट मोड ऑन लेट्स प्ले सम बुलेट
क्या बात है.
लेट्स कीप
All
गोइंग
all the best, guys. Do subscribe to Nuber and see you soon. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye bye. Good night.